Hey everyone, welcome back to our stream, our live stream of Mars. It's like a Halloween thing. Yeah, it's a Halloween stream of Mars Colony and Die RPG and now Star Trek Adventures. If you look at the bottom, you'll see our funding goal, and right above that, you'll see a couple dollar levels. $5 gives GM Alex more threat. $10 gives us more momentum. $25 restores a point of determination to one of the players. So if you do that $25 level, be sure to throw which player you want in chat so we know who you're looking for. $50 gives Alex a complication to throw at us. $100 drops a new crew member into it. And for 250 bucks, Q arrives and fucks some shit up. So any of those levels would be hugely appreciative, and all of it goes towards the shows that we make for your enjoyment, and frankly for ours as well. I'm now going to kick it over to GM Alex, who is going to introduce the game and all of our lovely people. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, guys. Hang on one second. The audio isn't picking up. Let me fix that real quick. Sorry. Where is. You're going to have to. Sorry. Give me just 1 second here because they were hearing me, but they weren't hearing you.
Whatever we want, they would.
There we
know.
go. Now your
They
audio's
would never.
in.
Oh, hey.
Perfect.
Sorry, Alex.
There you go.
Go again.
Yeah. All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Alex. Today we are playing Star Trek, and I will be causing everybody's problems today. We are aboard the USS Thresher, and our lovely crew is this group of people. And maybe, I don't know what order your cameras are in, but we can start with Kat. If you want to introduce yourself, maybe who you're playing, and yeah, just start with those two things for now.
Hi, my name is Kat. I am playing Miliazi. I haven't. Anyways, she is the chief medical officer of the crew,
Lovely.
and she's a denobly. Oh, my brain.
Denoblian? Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah, Denobulan. Okay.
It's a tough one.
Denobulan, yeah.
What do they look like again?
Think of Phlox from Voyager.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
They got the ridges around their whole face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Here.
Yeah, cool. Next up, let's go with Sedona.
Hi, I'm Sedona. I'll be playing the chief engineer, Talira. She's a Vulcan.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cool. And then I'm going in clockwise order. So, Noir, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Noir. I go by he, they, and I'll be playing Veluth, who also goes by he, they. He is a Vulcan human, half Vulcan, half human, and he is the XO of the USS Thresher.
Nice.
Awesome.
Captain on deck.
Yeah. And John.
All right. Hey, folks. It's me, John. I'm going to be playing the Andorian Chief of Security, Bill Johnson.
You got that hyphen pronounced perfectly.
Johnson.
Yeah. And special mention for your cosplay here. This is perfect.
That's right.
Yeah. And then last but not least, Aram, who are you playing today?
Hey, my name is Aram Vartian. My pronouns are also he, him. I am playing Siltek Null, the Cardassian cowboy, born and raised on, well, not born, but raised in, born and raised in Montana. And his pronouns are also he, him. He's the best person I play. He's the nicest, best guy, and I love playing him. I can't wait for this game.
Lovely. In addition to a bunch of the problems, I will also be portraying Captain Odria Votner, the captain of the USS Thresher, who is a Trill. And so she will be around.
Highest ranking Trill in Starfleet.
Highest ranking Trill in Starfleet. All right, so I think that we can just jump in to, we're going to go through a little bit of a screen here. Now we can jump into.
Ooh.
I'm clicking on the OBS like a moron. Hang on.
I've done that.
Click, click,
I
click.
warned you,
Hang on, I'm almost in. There we go. I am in.
Lovely. The USS Thresher today has just finished up some kind of routine but important missions.
Thank
dropping
you
off
so much,
supplies,
Dead and Glow,
that
for
kind of
that donation. We truly appreciate it. Sorry, Alex.
Cool. Is having they just finished some routine but important kind of errands that they have to run, and they're currently in transit across the system, going somewhere. Doesn't really matter where they're going, but they're in transit and they're kind of doing a bit of a long haul at the moment, and that gives everybody a little bit of time for some rest and relaxation, and kind of doing things that they would like to do. And at the moment, they are in the holodeck of the USS Thresher having a Halloween party.
We also just got a momentum and a threat in, so both of those just came in.
Okay, pile up the threat. There you go.
Jeez, that's
Great.
a big pile of threat. Holy
I
crap!
intend to spend it all. Yeah, so the GM starts with 2 threat for every player, so that's what's going on there. But the more the merrier. And let me bring in that momentum as well. Make sure that I have that. Yeah, there it is. Wow, that's a big momentum token. There you go. So the USS Thresher is having a Halloween party, and in the holodeck, so we got all these like lovely Halloween decorations, and somebody on board, something tells me it might have been Siltech, has wanted to recreate what Halloween looked like on Earth.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a cultural kind of sharing activity. It's a little bit strange because, like, Halloween is a North American kind of festival. And so not even all the humans on board celebrate Halloween. But then, there's all the other species who are kind of participating and kind of, figuring out what it's all about. And so your characters kind of mingling around this Halloween party space. And in addition to, we've now introduced you, we've introduced the character you're playing. I'm just going to go through this kind of the same order, and we can talk about what Halloween costume you're wearing. Kat, Milieza, what's she doing in the Halloween party?
Liza did a quick research of old Halloween costumes and is basically going with the witch costume.
Nice.
Yeah.
So she has like a handmade hat, pointy hat. It looks it's like it's made out of not cardboard, construction paper, and her normal gown that she wears as the medical officer. So that's pretty much what she went with.
Making the hat is so endearing in a world where you have replicators. I think
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
She's like, no. Every time she tried, she's like, I don't like this. I'm just gonna make it.
Yeah, that's perfect. And Sedona, what is Talira wearing for Halloween?
Talira did research on human Halloween traditions and saw that a lot of people dressed as cats. So she's wearing black cat ears and a cat tail. And she replicated face paint to do the little nose and the whiskers for herself.
Amazing.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome. And let's go with, I'm just going to go in top to bottom order for me. Siltech.
Well, Siltech walks in, and you can hear him coming down the hallway. Clink, clink, clink. Big old cowboy boots, spurs, chaps, hat. He's got he has like a rope slung over his shoulder. None of it is a costume. all of it is actually official Star Trek wear. He was raised on the ranch that Zephyrin Cochrane grew up on. It's a cultural heritage site. He still goes and spends his time off working the ranch in his full Star Trek uniform. Even the hat is official regulation, just not aboard a starship, more when he's on the farm. So he walks in happy as can be. You've never seen a happier Cardassian than Siltech right now.
There's got to be like an ensign who like kind of sees you walk in, and like the thing is, Siltech never shuts up about things being regulation, and so the ensign is like, Siltech, this is your idea. You were supposed to wear a costume. Is that not what's going on?
Siltech, like, for a minute, he looks a little panicked, right? And he's like, well, it's a costume aboard the ship, though. Like, it's not regulation, so technically, many uniforms are also costumes. People go dressed up as police officers and military people and all sorts of things. I think I'm in the spirit of Halloween. Innocent.
So cute.
And as you hit the line, all sorts of things, the camera kind of like just walking past this conversation is Bill Johnson, and the camera kind of just pans over to them. And well, when he says all sorts of things, Bill Johnson is wearing.
Bill Johnson did initially come to Siltech was bothering him to like come to this event.
A lot,
because
many communications.
Yeah, and is sheepishly wearing like a Western like bartender's outfit.
To match.
Because Siltech said that would be a good idea.
Oh my god, I conned you into a matching set costume.
Yeah,
I'm so happy right
he's like,
now.
he doesn't want to be here to begin with, and he's like, this is what was appropriate. This is what is right for the event, right? Siltech, this is.
You're leaning on a table, and I walk up, and I'm like, Tender, I'd love a sarsaparilla.
You'd like a what now?
You have no idea what that is. Please replicate a sarsaparilla. Thank you. Thank you so much, bartender. Sits back, leans against the bar, sips it happy as could be.
Amazing. Awesome. And Noir, Veluth is somewhere around here, kind of milling about the party. And what is their costume today?
You would look at Veluth and swear that he's not wearing a costume. And he would disagree because he points to an extra pip on his uniform. I am a Starfleet captain. You have a task. You have a task that will take you an hour. I need it done in 15 minutes. Am I not performing the profession correctly?
That is the best thing.
Amazing. That's awesome. This Halloween party is, people mill about and talk to each other, kind of coming in kind of a little bit late. Captain Odria Votner kind of hovers in. Her is paralyzed from the waist down, and so she's kind of permanently in her basically the captain's chair, just constantly locked in and kind of with access to the ship at all times. And over top of kind of the chair, she's wearing basically like zombie makeup. And over top of the chair she's just gone like full out with like prosthetics. It looks like she might have like gone down to sick bay and like pulled some strings or something like that.
It's a hover command chair, by the way. I'm not sure if we mentioned that. So when she do you want to do the whole backstory, or do you want me to? I'm sorry.
Well, I didn't do the whole backstory, but
Gotcha.
Okay, well, hey, go ahead.
So she was basically in rank to, or in the program to become a symbiote. She washed out of, or not to bond with a symbiote. She washed out of it, ended up being an honor guard for the symbiote, and during a separatist attack, she was gravely wounded. Everyone else died, and in an effort to save both of their lives, the symbiote reached out to her. bonded with her, fused with her spine to save her life, but that's left them irrevocably bound. Any attempt to separate them will probably lead to the death of both. So she's paralyzed, but she's alive, and this chair is not just her command chair, it's also her mobility device. So she's basically in control of the ship anywhere she goes.
Yeah. Also Trill, that's a thing.
Yes.
Yeah, so she's got the spots, but she comes in like full zombie outfit, and kind of like draped around her hover chair is like just like that sort of like green kind of like swamp stuff that is kind of associated, that's kind of just draped around all of that, and definitely like kind of going all in on this particular costume. It kind of hovers in and starts mingling. She when she runs into Veluth, she takes a moment to figure out what the heck your costume is, but she clocks the extra pip and she just raises an eyebrow and is like, really?
I was informed that part of the tradition of Halloween is to dress up as either creatures that were at the time considered to be supernatural or professions. I've dressed up as a profession, yours to be exact.
I see. And just like not much of a response to that at all. Just like turns the chair, finds somebody else to talk to. And you know, much to her relief, runs into another Vulcan who is wearing something that looks like a costume, and says, "Oh, remember names here, Talira. It's good to see you participating in this event. You know, the sharing of cultural traditions is really important, and it seems like you've really taken it to heart."
Thank you, Captain. I don't quite understand the human tendency to admire their animals, but it seems that it's a very important tradition, so I decided to dress up as one.
Well, no, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the party. She hovers around to is Bill Johnson actually manning the bar? Has he just like accepted that?
Yes, yeah, that's what he's doing. So he can keep an eye on everything.
Just reaching back to the replicator and handing people things.
Pronouncing it, getting the drink wrong. Yeah.
She hovers around to the bar, and she asks for I'll say a Negroni. And as you're kind of handing that, she says, "Oh, Bill, it's you know that you're allowed to, you know, enjoy yourself. You don't. People can get their own drinks."
Well, I don't know, Captain. I don't know what I'm doing here. Siltech told me I should be here. This would be good for morale. I just want to not, you know, impede efforts. I'm seeing, you know, some folks dressed up as other uniforms. Kind of wish I could have dressed up as my old, you know, one from Andor, but alas, here we are. Stripes and a vest.
Poor Bill.
Siltech talked you into this, didn't you?
Siltech did most certainly talk me into this. I assumed I was doing this correctly, but as his schemes go.
Yeah. And she kind of like looks around the decorations of the place, and there's this like little touches. It's like all kind of traditional Halloween decorations, but there's just like little touches that makes it look a little bit like it might be in a Western. Like like she kind of like looks back to the door that she came in. It's like that kind of like half door that is like at the front of a saloon, that kind of thing. And she's like,
Silta keeps walking back and forth through the half door, flinging him open, real proud of himself.
Which brings her to Siltech.
Morning, Captain.
Well, yeah, sure. And
technically, it's morning, right? But we're in space on a ship. It doesn't matter.
It's morning somewhere.
Yeah.
It's you've done a good job on the decorations. Are you going to wear a costume yourself though?
Oh, like he gets he looks a little deflated, and he's like, "Well, ma'am, now that you mention it, I suppose yes, I should." And I'll be right back. And Siltek goes running off to very quickly figure out something he can do.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's over by the replicator, pushing buttons desperately. And I think when he comes up, you know what he does? He takes off the hat and he puts on a pirate hat with an eye patch. Yar, Captain! I reckon I'm ready now.
Yes, absolutely. By the time you get back, the captain basically, like, as soon as you run off, she kind of like looks across the room, and there's Melieza. And I've already forgotten what your costume was. So
Which
Paper witch hat that she
paper
made
witch hat.
herself.
Yeah, I apologize. I think like the fact that it's handmade is something that people in Star Trek can clock pretty easily. Like you can tell when something is replicated because like you've seen it before. It's like when you're watching a movie and like the same prop shows up across multiple movies and you're like, that was reused. But she clocks out that as handmade, and she says, "Oh, Melissa, you've really kind of gone the extra mile with that."
Yes. Reminds me of the time of helping with arts and crafts with my 13 younger siblings.
And she says, I would like to thank you again with some of the help with my, and she points to just like a prosthetic that makes it look like her jaw is like hanging off. Yeah. And it's really incredible work. I really appreciate it. And right around that time, the whole ship starts kind of blaring yellow alert signals. And yeah, there you go.
Snap to, run straight to him. Set condition 1 throughout the ship. I'm kind of the deputy of the I'm like a deputy of the security officer, so I'm like just basically right at his side and be like, yes sir, whatever you need, sir. Shoot. Sorry guys, 1 second. for some reason they can't hear the others now. I'm gonna figure out why that's. Oh, I know why that's happening. Shoot, I'm so sorry, guys. I gotta take us back out of yellow alert for a second because I was dumb. Thank you so much, chat, for giving us a heads up there. And I didn't copy over the audio.
The audio,
into
yep.
the other one. Yeah, I have to fix that real quick. Just keep on talking,
okay.
and I'm gonna fix that real
worries.
fast. Yeah.
Do you want to
Sorry.
go back a little bit? Or?
Yeah, wait just 1 second, and now you can do it. Now we are back in yellow alert, and they should all be able to hear you now. Yeah. No. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I just gotta take us back out. It's still not working. I'll just keep us in the blue alert. I'm not sure what I did wrong. I apologize. Anyways, go ahead. Thank you, chat, for giving us a heads up. Tell me if you can hear them now.
Can you hear?
Testing, testing.
Our comm system's online.
Yes, sorry. We've had Captain, the comms are receiving interference. I apologize. I think we're back online now.
The ship it. So everybody gets up into the bridge. Captain kind of like moving her captain's chair up into the middle of it, and everybody else taking their positions. Up on the view screen, the giant big space TV is what looks like a nebula. There's kind of this white fog that the ship is drifting through, and kind of in the fog. It's fairly far away, but the ship's scanners can kind of like zoom in on it and highlight it, so you can kind of see it through the fog. Is what looks like an old derelict Federation ship. It looks like pretty recognizable right away is a Constitution Class ship, which would be decommissioned decades ago. The captain kind of like looking at that and like letting her crew take their places, looks at Veluth and says, number one, what do you make of this?
On first observation, Captain, it appears to be a derelict Constitution vessel which would have been decommissioned centuries ago. I recommend a scan for any potential life signs and perhaps an engineering team on site to see what may have been the cause of the ship's malfunction.
Yeah, absolutely. Does somebody want to get on that? And she waits for somebody to
I will take a team, Captain.
run a scan.
Siltec,
Yeah,
Yes,
let us
ma'am.
accompany you.
Bill.
Yeah. Siltec with me?
Siltec snaps. Absolutely, sir. Still dressed as a cowboy / pirate.
Oh, speaking of, Veluth is gonna just take his costume off really quick.
Oh my gosh.
We're just running down the
No.
hallway, stripping off pieces of costume, jumping on one leg, trying to get the chaps off.
Yeah. Okay, so we got Talira. Looks like is trying to put put together an away team here.
Yes.
Is that okay?
With Veluth's approval, of course.
I would like to join you on this away mission if that is appropriate, Captain.
Of course, I'll stay here. She looks at her elaborate costume with like all the prosthetics and stuff on it, and she's like, I think I'll sit this one out.
I'll come along too.
Excellent.
Yeah. There we go. So we put together a little away team. And now it's up to you. So how do you guys think that you would approach an away mission to a derelict starship?
If I might put forth the suggestion that we go to the transporter room and have a on-site transport, or would you feel safer taking a shuttle?
I always prefer the transport myself, a good direct approach.
Shuttle may.
If I may, sir, do you reckon we should do a security sweep scan of it first, just to make sure?
Well, scanners
Yes.
can pick up everything.
I'll quickly start beeping and booping.
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't we make that our first roll of the day?
Ooh.
And I'm actually going to spend a couple threat here. So I'm going to spend 2 of those, and I'm going to create a trait. Ooh, that's big. I'm going to create a trait here, and this is going to be called. There's always some kind of like ion nebula. There's always one of those,
There
you know,
always
that
is.
kind of makes like scanning, yeah, difficult. And so that's going to raise the difficulty of scanning the ship kind of through the fog. What are you scanning for?
Scanning for, well, life signs, and also scanning for like if the hull is intact. So if we were to beam over, just so we're not exposed to space or if freezing cold or anything else that we would be exposed to, since we just teleport over as ourselves, not in like spacesuits or anything. We just go on over, so we should probably know if there's a habitable environment.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I could, I'd like to assist.
Please, sir.
And with my advisor talent, whenever I assist another character using my command, the assisted character can re-roll a d20.
Neat.
My assistance is just going to be, if your concern is the outside elements, I would also recommend seeing if there are any signs that the life support system is still viable on the ship.
Aye, sir.
Absolutely. So, Aram, you're going to choose an attribute and a department. Okay. And actually, let me load up some ships so you can probably.
This sounds like con plus reason. Is that would that be accurate?
Probably. Actually, hold on. Let me look at what the things are really quick. Probably, yeah, reason. Well, I'm gonna say insight instead of reason.
Oh, okay. Sure.
And then con, pilot, and navigate. Yeah, that works.
Okay.
I'm gonna set your difficulty here at a default of 1.
Okay.
But with the Ion Nebula trait, it's gonna jump up to 2.
Okay. And I get a bonus die from Nor giving me orders, right?
You get to re-roll a die. So. And because I'm assisting, I roll 1d20 as well to see if I get a success for you.
All right, perfect. Go ahead and do that first, please.
I rolled a 1.
Oh dear. Okay.
Oh no, that's good in this system.
Oh wait, that's good. That's a critical roll. I've got to get my brain wrapped around that. Okay, right. So that's 2 successes already, right?
Yes.
Cool. Nice. So at this point, anything that you roll above the difficulty will be converted into momentum that you can spend.
Right. Okay, let's see what I get here. 11 and an 8, both are below my target of 13.
Lovely. So that is a 4 successes against the 2, yeah?
Nice.
Cool. So let's give you that 2 momentum. So Aram, you can actually spend these. I'll give you 1 piece of information for free, and then you can spend up to 2 of these right now, maybe even a third, to gain additional information from your scan. So the primary thing I think you're scanning for is life signs.
Life signs and hull integrity, but life signs, yeah, let's start there.
Yeah, you pick up specifically 5 life signs. Seems humanoid, maybe a variety of species.
Commander, there are people on that ship.
Well, that would intuit that to some degree, the life support system must still be functioning.
Yes, sir. And I'll spend a momentum to confirm hull integrity and that life support is on.
Sure. So I'll just make that 1. Seems like most of the ship you can still like walk around. It hasn't had any breaches. And I will say life support basically on its last legs. Like any kind of the warp drive is down. The what's it called? The antimatter reactor thing. It's completely out of juice. Like it's these ships have batteries to last decades.
Yeah.
Those I mean, not batteries,
crystals take a while, but once they do crack, that's pretty much the end. Sir, life support's active. The hull is intact, but they are draining power. They'll be in trouble shortly if we don't intervene.
I turned to Talira our chief engineer.
Mm.
Do you have any ideas on how we may either expedite this rescue or to assist them in sustaining their life support systems?
We could attempt to put their systems back online. However, if they're non-functioning and too damaged, then we should evacuate.
I agree.
Yeah. Notably, this is a really old ship. Like, impossible. It's no way it had been in commission for at least several decades.
Yeah.
We might want to check the warp core for stability as well. We don't want to risk a breach.
Is there, our lovely GM, is there, my good old Bill here has starship recognition as a focus.
Mm-hmm.
Is there
nice.
anything from his experience that would help us in this?
You know what? With the focus, I'll give that to you for free. So written on the top of the dish, they always got the name there, and on top of it just says USS Kelly, and this ship had just gone missing for like maybe close to 100 years ago. Just kind of went off, like went dark, ceased sending communications, and nobody had ever found it again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Did it go missing in this sector?
Roughly. It's had close to 100 years to drift.
Right.
But it's within that. It's within the range of where it might have gone.
Right. All right. Captain, Commander, this is a 100-year-plus old ship. This is the USS Kelly. It's been adrift for quite some time. I recognize this. This ship has been around for some time. I don't, we should probably be careful about the personnel on board. They could be raiders or anything else.
We just got a $50 donation, which adds a complication.
Oh,
Lovely. Lovely. It's going to be this guy. That's basically another trait that comes up. And let me think, what can make this situation more complicated? Okay, so your the ship's like was it like proximity, not proximity detectors, but basically like the sensors pick up the scanner sense. The other ship seems to be scanning yours in a way that is, specifically you're being scanned in a way that indicates potential targeting.
My points exactly.
Captain, we are being targeted. Target lock has been acquired. Should I take us to red alert?
If I may intervene, I believe that the captain will be able to ensure the safety of the Thresher. We should begin transport to attempt to resolve this from inside the Kelly.
Cool.
I think we've intuited as much as we can from the scans, and I would recommend transport.
The next thing that comes up from right after being targeted, as you're kind of getting through that, is basically a transporter signal, kind of like pushing through to the ship. By default, not getting in very easily. But it doesn't really stop. You can kind of see the same signal kind of coming through on different frequencies, kind of trying to find a way in.
Right.
Oh.
They could just be desperate, Commander. Maybe they're running out of air.
All the more reason that we should make our way over to them to begin conversations. Would we be able to transport if we're at red alert? Because red alert raises shields.
So does yellow. Yeah, we'd have to drop the shields to teleport, which means that they'd have access.
Be able to get in.
Yes, they'd be able to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should take a shuttle, Commander.
Are we able to intercept their transport signal and put it into a certain place? Maybe we can force them into
the brig,
or lock off engineering. put them there. Well, actually, no. I don't want them
Don't put
in
them in
my room.
engineering.
I lied. I don't want them in my. I don't want them near my
Oh,
warp
sure,
core.
your space?
Let's put them next to a giant bomb. That sounds like a good course of action.
Bill, do you have a recommendation?
The brig would be absolutely lovely. I will. You know what, Siltech?
Yes,
could
sir.
you please organize the others and make sure that we have a party to greet our guests in the brig?
Security in the brig.
Yeah, that's all I
So
wanted to do. That's all it's just a hierarchical thing.
Absolutely.
Talira, would you be able to abscond that signal and send them to the brig?
I will make the attempt.
I would like to assist again if I could.
So I'm rolling.
Yeah.
What do I roll?
So, in order, so I actually think that I just loaded up the ship stats. So the ship can actually help you in the same way that
Okay.
Noir is. And so I'll roll that. But what you can roll, so it's not what you asked me. What you can roll is probably something like control plus either security.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm getting out of that. But if you feel like something else applies, then just tell me.
Can I make an argument for
engineering?
Never mind.
I am very persuadable. Oh, engineering actually
engineering.
also. Yeah,
Control and
engineering actually
engineering?
works really well. Yeah. Transporters are
So
definitely
that
an
would
engineering thing.
be 2d20s? Or...
Yep.
Okay.
And actually, let me see if I can. I gotta dump this thread out somewhere and get rid of it.
And so I roll 2d20s and then I'm
actually going to spend 2 of those and upgrade this trait just level 2 to kind of represent that their targeting systems they're like the frequencies that they're trying out are like getting better. They're working quite quickly, surprisingly quickly. And what that'll actually do is it'll raise the difficulty by 2. And the difficulty I'll do like a difficulty 1 by default again. It's not too hard to just grab a transporter signal. But when the other party is being evasive and kind of changing up their frequencies really quickly, it's a little bit more difficult. So it's going to be difficulty 3.
Okay.
I was able to get you 1 success on my end with a roll of 11. And also keep in mind you get to re-roll a d20 on your roll.
So I'm rolling 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll roll.
My success doesn't count if you fail both of yours, though. Just
so fair. And how do I know if I succeed or fail?
So what you're looking for is dice that are underneath the target number. So actually, I don't see it on yours, but if you physically click on the engineering number, right, it should highlight. Right, and then if you click the other
control.
one, it should highlight.
Yeah,
perfect.
Total to roll under.
So my reference is 15. I rolled a 12 and a 4.
You want to roll
2 successes.
Yeah.
2 successes.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 successes. The ship also rolled, but didn't get any successes. And then
I got 1 success.
Toulouse gave it 6. That's a total of 3. Right?
Nice.
Yes, 3 successes.
Zaluth, and also one other thing is, do you have a focus that would relate to this? Because if
that is a thing.
If you roll under your department, you have a focus that
I have a transporter's focus. Yes.
There you go.
So I think that's a crit for you then.
Yep.
Absolutely is, which is 2 successes on the 4. So the 4 is underneath. Well, your engineering is a 5 or a 4?
It's a 5.
It's a 5.
Engineering
so
is a
because
5.
the 4 is under 5, you get 2 successes from that one. So that's 1 success over what you need.
Nice.
Gives you guys 1 more momentum point to spend.
I read the rule book twice.
And I thank you for it. I thank you.
It's perfect. Okay, so that you grab that signal and you're directing it to the brig. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah. The signal kind of like puts them right into the brig. They kind of like spawn in like kind of various positions. Some of them were sitting down and stuff. So then they like, when they come into the brig, they like kind of fall over right away. That kind of thing. And then one of the security, as soon as they're into the containment cells, one of the security officers there just like raises the shields on those brig rooms, which would normally kind of block the transporter signals, but you are good. And who do we got going down to the brig?
I think we're all going, right?
Yeah, I think.
Right. We need a medical officer to make sure they're all right. I'm not leaving my chief's side to make sure he's all right.
I think I'll probably lead the charge down there. Siltech on my left, and I will beckon for the doctor to accompany us as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know they're locked in behind a thing, but Siltek's still kind of like fingering his phaser. You know what I mean? Like just ready.
Like, easy.
Little medical bag.
So they come in, you guys go down to the brig, and what you see is what looks like a bunch of Starfleet officers. So I can actually kind of spawn their little tokens in.
Hey.
There we go. We got all them.
Oh damn!
Wow.
Oh.
And I'll put them over here. So you got a bunch of Starfleet officers. They are wearing like old-fashioned Starfleet uniforms. So they're wearing uniforms that, again, at least several decades old.
Right.
We have what looks like a Vulcan in science uniform of some kind. There is a human wearing the yellow uniform. They do have the rank insignia on them. So this Andorian here looks like the captain, a lieutenant in the science division, and then a Commander Burke, who's actually in engineering.
With my previous knowledge of this ship, does this captain match up with my understanding of the lost crew, or is it not reach that far?
I'm going to make this one a test, but you can definitely use your ship recognition focus to crit on that.
Sure.
You guys got to keep burning through this threat. And I'm going to get rid of those guys.
Ooh. Hang on. Go.
We're going to call these obscure Starfleet. I'll call this obscure works. Starfleet lore. There you
go. What?
Okay.
You said talent. Oh.
So do I need to roll for this then, or?
Yeah. So what you probably want to roll is, you can argue for something, but I might argue for something like reason or insight, along with a division of your choice, I think.
Okay. I'll take insight then. Wisdom makes sense in my head. So I click on that, and then I click on. You said you pick one of the departments then? Is that what I do? Right?
Yeah, maybe
science.
Science works because history is a science.
Right. Okay. Pick those two, and then I roll one dice. Pardon the clunkiness.
Yeah. And did I give you difficulty already?
I don't.
No, I'm going to make it difficulty 1 again. Just going to default that again. Created a little trait here to bump that up to 2. So you want to get 2 successes. Looks like you're only rolling 1 die there. You might need to add another.
Okay. How do I? Oh, I got it. Okay.
Cool. If you would like. Okay. Well, you rolled now. You got 1 success there. You do kind of have some options.
Do you have any focuses that might apply? Sorry.
That's true. It's true.
Yeah, I mean, my focuses are starship recognition, history, and walking encyclopedia.
I mean,
which
3 of those. 3 of those apply. And so
check knowledge.
What's your department rating that you rolled for that?
The for science is 2.
Yeah, okay,
Close.
it's not high enough. I want to say that these, I'll give you something for free. These are kind of the original kind of crew of the ship, right? But what's not clear is it just doesn't make sense. Like it can't be the original crew, right? It's been too long. It's been too long. They haven't aged at all.
Okay. Okay. Well, this is certain. I guess we're walking right, and we're like, I would say this is certainly a bizarre sight. Is that Captain Xanthus I see?
Captain Xanthus, he looks, basically all of them look exhausted. They look like they haven't slept in days. A lot of them look basically like malnourished, and they barely have enough kind of like energy to speak. But Captain Xanthus kind of like with effort kind of stands up from the floor, and he walks up to the energy field in front of the brig, holds his hand up to it, and he says, Captain Xanthus, reporting for duty.
My goodness. I think Bill has, of course, a chunk of empathy reserved for a fellow Andorian, and says, these folks are barely even capable of speaking. Doctor, is there any way that you can help them out in order to maybe ascertain the situation here?
Yes, I can. I just run some scans with my handheld device. So
yeah, get that little tricorder out.
Yep.
The tricorder signals, I want to say, getting it through the brig force field, not super clear. If you want to get up close.
I need to. You need to drop the shields in order for me to get through to check on them. If you want to put them back up after I'm in there, you can.
Oh.
Yeah. I spent another little thread on that, by the way. So.
I want to use a talent called Gut Feeling then.
Ooh.
And that's when the Game Master spends threat to introduce reinforcements or cause a reversal, they must spend 2 additional threat to do so.
Ooh.
I'll spend that.
There we go. Well, shit.
Right there made all the effort to make sure the threat tokens were on screen pay off.
Then you want me to, so I can go in, they can drop the shields and bring them back up after I go in. But I'm gonna get a gut feeling about the people that are just like on the floor, and then the captain, because I need to do. Do you want me to do what kind of scan? So like
so you got your little tricorder. Yeah, it's probably going to be medicine. It could be reason. I can argue for control as well if you prefer.
I'll do reason. My reason is pretty high, so I have 5 in medicine and 10 in reason, and I need a reminder of how many dice do I roll? 2, 1.
Yeah, it'll actually automatically kind of pull those up after you select. So if you physically click the reason number and you physically click the medicine number, it'll give you 2 dice right away, and then you can just hit roll on that. If you would, I'm going to say this is going to be a difficulty 0 check actually.
Okay.
And then the more successes you roll, the more questions you can answer. You can ask me. Basically, it's gonna generate momentum, right? And then one of the momentum spends is to ask a question that I have to answer. And so,
I got, I think 1 success, and that was a 16 because the second dice was a 14.
Okay, so yeah, that's 1 success on the 14, right?
Oh, that is 1 success on the 14 too.
You want under
it's
the number, not over.
Yeah, you want under.
Oh, you want under, not over. Okay.
Yeah.
It takes me a lot.
Same.
I mess it up
Yeah.
every time. My brain just won't accept it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So,
a
yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah, so I got that. So 1 success.
Yeah, that basically gives you 1 momentum. If you would like to, I'll give you for one little bit of information for free. They seem more or less healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not picking up, like, obviously they look malnourished and stuff like that, but it's not like they have diseases on them. Yeah. And if you'd like to ask another question, right now, basically the scanner is just saying they need to like eat and drink and sleep. But if you'd like to like kind of go a little bit deeper on that and ask a more specific question, then you can spend it.
How long have they been? How long has their ship been just essentially almost drifting?
Sure. So you can get this information in a clever way through the medical scans, and basically you can pick out like how many cycles some cells have been through, like since like the last time they were scanned. There's like certain cells that kind of regenerate slowly, and you can kind of measure someone's age. It's basically how you can measure someone's age, right? Like how many. There's the thing where the thing that causes aging is like DNA starts to like break apart or something like that. A doctor could inform me on that, but you're basically kind of measuring like how much time has passed between the last time they were scanned on record versus right now, and the answer is almost none at all. Like a year.
Like a year. Wow.
According to their medical state, compared to whatever was on a record for them before, they've potentially only been lost for a year.
And I like looked through the screen. I was like, while they've been lost for as long as you've said they've been lost, their bodies only say that they've been lost for a year.
I'm going to spend another little threat thing.
Okay.
And the shield wall on the brig kind of flickers along with the lights. The lights flicker, the shield wall flickers, your tricorder flickers. Just the power kind of cycling, and it restarts really quick. But there's a moment there where everything kind of shut down.
That's not normal.
It's of concern.
Hey, can I? Oh, I'm sorry. Can I run a quick scan to make sure that after the flickering, the number of life signs on the Thresher is the same as it was before?
Oh wow! I was gonna do a scan of the engines as well. See where the power interruption came from.
Yeah, we can maybe make that kind of the same role to kind of like do a systems checkup. Maybe Valuth, if you'd like to lead that, and Talira can assist. So for Talira, the way that you're going to assist is you're going to do the exact same thing as when you rolled a skill check. You're going to select a attribute and department, and then before you roll, just go over and delete one of the dice by clicking underneath the black circle.
All right. I'm vouching for reason and command because I'm trying to take a calculation of everything. Or should I do reason and engineering?
I was gonna do reason and engineering.
All of those sound fairly reasonable to me.
And then I will remove one.
Gotcha.
Roll.
All right. Here.
I'm going to say this is another difficulty 0 thing where you can just generate momentum, ask me questions with those, and I'll give you just a really basic description.
Oh, I got. I don't know why that.
You got a focus for that?
I don't know why that third one was there.
Oh, okay.
I do have a focus that I think applies. I'm lying until I find what my focuses are. Where are my focuses? Here they are. My focuses are observation, astronavigation, Starfleet protocols, team dynamics, diplomacy, and manufacturing. I would argue for observation because I'm trying to observe if we gained any additional light signs or lost one.
Okay.
All right. I'm vouching for reason and command because I'm trying to take a calculation of everything. I'm going to say this is another difficulty 0 thing where you can just generate momentum, ask me questions with those, and I'll give you just a really basic description.
Yeah, I would take that. I am a very persuadable
Forgiving.
GM. I will say, is your department here a 5?
Yes, my command is
Okay.
a 5.
Okay, so that does give you the 2 momentum on that. I'll just like copy and paste those. It looks like, Talira, you also rolled a success on your kind of like systems check. So that will be a 3rd. So if either of you would like to ask questions about the state of the ship and what kind of like happened there, or any other information about what sensors are picking up, please feel free. Otherwise, we'll just bank the momentum for later.
I would like to know where the power interruption occurred.
So there's basically like a power surge where kind of like the whole ship kind of had like whatever the power reserves that kind of like make sure that everything is constantly powered, basically just got sucked dry really quickly, and everything got routed through into the brig.
Commander, power is being rerouted to the brig.
Yeah, it was brief. It's not necessarily ongoing, but that's the thing. Duluth, would you like to kind of what?
I've got 2 questions. One, has anything on the USS Thresher changed from before the outage to after? Additional life signs, additional like, has the weight that the ship is carrying, has that increased or decreased? I'm looking for any incremental, easily overlooked signs of differences. So he's looking at like weight, life signs, and energy requirements.
Yeah, sure. So energy requirements of the ship systems themselves the same. So there's not like any kind of additional systems that have been like kind of piggybacking on the power source or anything like that. And I'll say that like the ship itself, all completely the same. Nothing's been like physically modified. I'll say number of life signs, that kind of thing. But I'm just going to use like one of your questions for that. But you asked an important question here: has the weight of the ship changed? And the thing with starships is weight is really important for generating thrust, and so they keep like to the 10th decimal of weight change. They know everything. And yeah, the weight has changed like by a few pounds
because of the addition. Oh wait, no, we got the people on the brig and then the energy flickered. So
yeah,
okay,
in between the flicker or like before and after the flicker, the weight changed by just a few pounds. And taking a look at not Thravik, but like I'm going to say Commander Berkvan Jaxa. They haven't introduced themselves, but it's just easier to say their names. The Tellarite kind of sitting at the back. Now that you're kind of looking for those extra pounds, he doesn't look quite as malnourished as he did before. He seems to be kind of doing easier. He's standing himself up. He's dusting himself off. He's looking a bit better.
There's one last question that I'd like to use some momentum on, if the crew is okay with it.
Of course.
Okay. Are there any anomalies related to the Ions nebula? Like, can any of our energy draw be traced back to this nebula?
I kind of want to say yes, but I can't think of why right now, so I'm just going to say no.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Thank you for giving that to me.
Did you ask that?
I'm gonna have.
Aram, there's no mic.
Oh, sorry. Am I not being heard?
You can now.
Now you are.
You're fine.
You were muted.
Were you?
Now. Oh, there we're good.
Sorry, there's like a weird delay on it. Did you ask that out loud, Commander? Like, did you pontificate that out loud?
No, he's just getting ready to inform everybody.
Gotcha.
I do believe Chief Engineer Talira has located the reasoning behind the energy draw, but what I was able to discover is that we've gained approximately this many pounds onto the ship in the time that the flicker has occurred. And while I have a hunch that there may be a relation to the Ion Nebula, I've been unable to find any supporting facts.
Commander, perhaps if we check if the frequencies of the Ion Nebula match the frequencies of the energy being drawn.
Rather clever idea. Chief Engineer Talira, is that something that you can do?
I can try, sir. Yes. I'll do a scan. I'll scan the nebula, and then I'll also compare it to the power fluctuation.
Sure. What information are you looking for here exactly?
If there's a power signature that's being drawn, if that power signature matches the power signature of the nebula, then we have something to tie the two together. We have some confirmed data.
A power signature to match. Sorry, what are the two things that we're matching here?
The power that's being drawn, right? So there's like a drawdown of power, and I'm curious if that matches the signature of the nebula. Like if there's a similar power signature.
Okay. Oh right. Okay, because there's ions in the nebula in this.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. No, I'm just gonna give that to you. Yeah, again, I think this it feels like it should work here, but I can't think of why.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna say no.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the same question.
This is why I'm still an ensign.
Yeah.
But I will also add, while at first glance it would seem that all of our new guests are malnourished, I cannot help but notice that the commander seems to be healthier than the others.
Yeah, the others seem to be standing up. The captain on the other side has been like kind of watching you do these scans. The Melieza is currently in there with him, and I'm assuming that you've been going kind of back, kind of one by one, scanning each after the other, and they've been kind of like patiently waiting. But Captain Xanthus says, "Is there a problem, Commander? I believe that everything should be in order, and you should. We would like to be released. It's been we've been waiting rescue for quite some time,
and we intend to treat you with the hospitality expected of Starfleet. But just one question first. Might I ask you, to your best recollection, what is the current star date?
Yeah.
You could just say current one or not current. Like, I don't expect you to
No.
He says year 2 for blah 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 blah. He gives you a year that is what information do we have there? Yeah, he gives you a year which matches the current year. Within a year, he's a few months off.
But remind me, you said this ship was 100 years old?
Sure was. It went missing nearly 100 years ago.
Talir's gonna step closer to Commander Valuth and quietly suggest, Commander, perhaps we should inquire on their current mission.
Wonderful idea. Captain Thravik, might I ask, what was the mission that you were assigned by Starfleet?
That was highly confidential. I'm unable to disclose that.
Understood. Would you be able to disclose it if our captain were to ask?
I would like to speak with your captain immediately. Please release me and I'll meet them at the bridge.
I think the captain could come down here and speak with you.
Can we pull up records to see if any of this lines up?
Yeah.
We've got to have some records on this ship.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So some stuff here I can give you for free. So like, because you already kind of have some information on the ship itself. The mission was not confidential. As you kind of pull up the story, the story of the USS Kelly is kind of like a little bit of a story that people tell. It's a ghost story. It's the story of a ship that kind of is like the Bermuda Triangle kind of stories of ships that kind of just go missing on the waves, that kind of thing. And so people know this, and it was not confidential. It was on a routine supply run.
I would kind of like nudge. Is it Bill? Is that how your first name is?
Yeah, it's
No,
Bill.
Bill, that's great. I was just gonna nudge Bill, and I'd be like, Chief, that doesn't line up. Their mission was a standard transport mission.
Right. It certainly doesn't. I think I will step out and have a quick aside with the captain.
Smart.
And
I want to
inform them
run.
of this.
I'd like to run one more scan as they've gotten surprisingly better in the course of like
Yeah.
a minute.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
fact, I'll spend my last little threat here. There's another little power flicker, and they're all looking pretty decent at this point.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm not taking my eyes off the doctor. I'm watching her carefully to make sure that no one messes with her.
Oh no. And then I'll just do the whole. Can I maybe in this process do an insight medicine roll? Because there's something going on.
Cool.
Yeah, you have a little bit more information to go on here.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular that you might be looking for?
Trying to look for like in order if I want this, I would have to like get some other like blood and run it through a thing. So I can't do that, but it's more so looking for I don't know, some sort of like if I can like program my thing to pick up like some sort of like radiation changes or like I'm trying to go off of the whole Bermuda Triangle thing where there's like just like something that seems like different in the when during the scan because I know I can like tweak the scanner for other little things.
Sure. I can see that. I think as you've been kind of going around and scanning them for a little while. Who are you trying to scan here? Kind of choose someone here.
I'm gonna choose the other doctor, Voral.
Yeah. As you come up to her with the scanner, she kind of like takes up her hand and kind of pushes the tricorder away, and she looks at you like quite sternly and with distinctly, her mannerisms like distinctly the Vulcan, right? And she says, "You've scanned quite enough. It would be illogical to scan anymore. I think you have all the information that you need." And she, as you kind of like, move it to scan her again, she refuses it, and you can convince her to maybe let you, but the lieutenant, Rashid Kamal, kind of like stands up behind you as well and says to Melieza that would be quite enough.
My hand is firmly on my.
Really just want to tell him I'm like that your ship's been missing 100 years. But
it's impossible. It can't have been 100 years. Now we know what the year. You heard the captain. We know what year it is.
Look at your uniform compared to mine.
I'm pulling up like whatever news articles or whatever other kind of records we can show them. Like, look, your ship went missing.
Sure. The Captain Xanthus kind of looking at that and almost just disregards. He's like, "This is impossible, and it can't be true."
It's not very Starfleet.
And not,
just obstinate. Just
yeah. Listen. We have been adrift for
100 years.
For as far as I can tell, a year. We have run out of supplies. Our replicators have run dry. We've been surviving on scraps, and I am appalled at the treatment that we are getting today. I demand that you release us. And
if I may
command
respond, if you are in fact Starfleet, which I believe that you are, you will understand our need to do our due diligence in order to ensure the safety of my ship and my crew. So you are saved. You will no longer have to rely on reserves. You've waited a year. I'd imagine a few more hours won't be fatal. Then I'd like to turn to the crew. We're trying to solve a problem with a unknown factor that does not need to remain unknown. While they appear to have made the decision to be obstinate, I am not so certain that their ship will give us that same difficulty. We can have security, keep eyes on them, and I'm certain that the captain will make them feel far more at home than we have been able to, while we discover the rest of the unknown factors that have made themselves unknown to us.
No one does conflict de-escalation like a Vulcan.
Yeah, I had stepped out and informed the captain of what we've learned so far.
Heck yeah.
I don't know if how you want to play her come into it.
I'm seeing a hand raised.
There's something I'd like to do, but I can wait.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep it in the back of my head for a second. So John goes, Johnson,
Johnson.
Bill Johnson.
Just got the whole joke. Okay.
Yeah.
The Johnson kind of maybe you'd have to go back up to the bridge to speak with the captain.
Right.
She's got her full zombie costume still on. And there's an ensign that's like kind of beside her, kind of being like she's like slowly peeling off a prosthetic. But it's like dude, just like ah.
Get out of moth and stuff to his face.
I'm gonna lose my ensign rank for this.
And as she's like kind of having her prosthetics kind of pulled apart, she asks you for the report. And is there anything, you maybe don't have to go through the whole thing, but is there anything that you are in particular trying to tell her?
Yeah, I think outside of like the obvious factors in that, like, the context of them being 100 years out of time and all that, I will also make sure that I give her like my like personal read on them, that they seem combative, not really cooperative with regulation and whatnot, as well as just I don't know. So I don't know how to conversationally signal that there's like Star Trek stuff happening and that they seem vaguely anomalous. You know what I mean? Just those like little like personal heads up,
Yeah. I think she appreciates. I appreciate the warning on their behavior. It's I'll set a team on them, and as soon as I can get these damn prosthetics off, I'll be down there personally. And yeah. Sedona, you had a thing.
Yes, I would like. Okay, I would like Talira to, after Commander Veluth made the point that we don't know enough, I would like Talira to go into the hallway and access a panel, and I would like to run a scan for tachyon particles, which are the time particles.
Yeah!
I would like to do both an external scan and an internal scan.
So smart.
I don't want to. I don't want to waste too much time on dice rolls. Can I get you? Can I persuade you to just spend a momentum for this information instead?
Yes, if the crew agrees.
Absolutely.
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
like to know if there are
Tachyon
tachyon
mentioned.
particles present both outside and or inside the ship.
So smart.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So there's a thing that Data does sometimes in TNG where he does a scan and he can basically just like there's like a time signature or something like there's something about people that tell you what time they're supposed to be in, and everything kind of checks out. Like nobody's out of place in time here.
What about the ship? The other ship.
The other, yeah, the derelict ship, the USS Kelly. Also, it looks to be like it's 100 years old. It's not out of place in time. It's been drifting out here for 100 years.
But they don't think it's 100 years.
And they look exactly the same.
Yeah.
I think we will need to venture to the Kelly in order to find
Yes, I agree.
the missing link.
I would
Everyone
like to
take the
access their
transport around.
systems.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll regroup with the rest of the group.
I do want to say for Kat, for Melieza, you wanted to do a little medical scan, and I kind of pushed back on that. That wasn't a no. That was just them being aggressive. So if you wanted to push that, I wasn't trying to shut you down personally.
I'm just guessing that they're hangry and they would like some food.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of felt like I was like shutting down like a participation thing there.
No, I was
but,
just like
it
all of a sudden
not
I was
my
like thinking I was like, they're hangry. They need a Snickers.
You're not yourself when you're
I was racking my brain for the candy bar. I'm like, payday? No, that's wrong. I couldn't get the Snickers.
Okay, cool. So you guys are off to the transporter room.
Can I ask a question real quick while we're changing
Did I
scenes?
get let up?
Sorry, go ahead.
Right, go ahead.
I was just wondering if anyone needed a break. I just wanted to make sure everyone was okay.
I'm just going to run and get a drink real quick, but I can still hear.
Okay.
All right, be right back.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go to the bathroom real fast.
Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah, I need to.
You know what? Do you mind if we jump into a 5-minute break and then come back, Alex? Is that all right?
This is the perfect commercial break.
Perfect. I'm gonna find.
If you have actual commercials, that would be amazing.
I don't, but I have a 5-minute button that I can hit. So we'll jump into the 5-minute button and we'll be back in 5.
Woo!
And we're out. I'll see you guys in.
Oh.
And now.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. I think we're just waiting for a few more people to kind of shuffle in. But we're on the way to the transporter room. People are like, "Oh, hold on. Before I always forget to go to the bathroom before an away mission."
It's important.
Alex, do you want to?
We might not have working bathrooms.
Do you want to maybe
there.
recap where we are at this point in case people are just coming in?
Yeah. So the crew of the USS Thresher has come across the derelict remains of the Constitution Class USS Kelly, a ghost ship that had gone missing nearly 100 years ago. On that ghost ship, beaming over from the ghost ship, were 5 crew members, the only remaining life signs on board, who, despite apparently having to be nearly 100 years old or over 100 years old, seem to be in exactly the same condition medically that they were around the time that they went missing. They know the current year, but deny that the time had gone past. Slightly inconsistent story, and they are a little bit aggressive and not really kind of demanding to be let go of the brig where they currently are being held. The away team for the USS Thresher is now on their way to the transport room to beam over to the derelict USS Kelly to hopefully get some more clues there, because the rescued crew is not being cooperative enough. Yeah, did I forget anything? I think that's
I think that's solid.
All right. Cool. So everybody's on their way into the transport room. There's just enough of those little circles that you stand on, and
engage.
Yeah, just engage. I think well, no, not engage. Engage. Oh, yeah, engage is the transport thing. That's not the. Anyway, just warp at this point or something. You see that sparkling kind of golden light, and when you in the next moment that you're aware of, you're looking. Is there a location on the ship that you would like to beam into?
Their bridge.
Bridge, yeah.
Yeah.
I have got my hand on my phaser. Like, I am nervous at this point.
I have my hand on his face.
Stay there, Instant. Calm yourself.
Just started letting you carry that thing.
Where do you both think we're going?
I don't know where we're going, Captain, but I am right nervous about it.
I'm doing too many Western Hollow novels.
Lieutenant, that was simply a Halloween costume. I'm simply a commander.
Right. He keeps seeing the dots and just instinctually calling you Captain. My bad, Commander.
We still got the trait Halloween costume, so it plays.
That's exactly right.
You get onto the bridge. It's almost completely dark. There's barely like whatever the background image here I have doesn't do it justice, but like there's like maybe 1 or 2 red lights on a console here or there, because it's in kind of emergency. We need to keep life support on for as many years as possible mode, right? And so it's almost completely dark, and you can't really see anything at first. As your eyes sort of adjust, the next thing that you see immediately is the bodies.
Oh, shit.
And it looks like most of the bridge crew died at their post.
Question. I'm focusing on the captain's chair.
Yeah.
Does it appear as though there's been any sort of violence done in that area? Because we've got the captain on our brig.
Yeah, so in case it wasn't clear, the bodies that you're seeing, a lot of them are the same people.
That's what I was going to ask. Are there duplicates?
Yeah.
I see it.
Yep.
That's of concern.
Yeah, I would turn to Bill Johnson and be like, "Sir, should we alert the captain?
We should do that immediately. Please pass that along.
Captain, this is Siltec Noir. Sorry, Captain, this is Ensign Siltec. We have reason to believe that the 5 people we have in our brig are imposters. The crew here has been murdered, and we need to lock that down, please."
Cool.
I don't know if they've been murdered.
I'm going
That's probably
Go
a jump
ahead.
there. I did kind of jump to assuming murder.
Nervous. It's okay.
It's a away mission.
Safer than sorry.
Siltec is nervous.
I'm going to go ahead and say that this ion nebula is blocking communications.
Classic.
Yeah. Just for those listening from home, the way traits work is they can increase or decrease the difficulty, but they can also make things possible or impossible.
Okay.
Is there enough power to
So in this
flash
case,
the running lights?
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Interesting idea.
Maybe, but I mean that's a bunch of power.
It's just
Like-
I will drain my phaser into it. Whatever I need to flash
have an
and
engineer.
to basically flash a Morse code message using the running lights that they have intruders on their ship.
Mm-hmm.
One. Can I ask something, GM?
Yeah, sure.
Can I use the rally ability?
Nice.
It is a command ability. It lets me roll presence and command on a target 0 in order to attempt to gain momentum.
Cool.
Yeah. And this is like you just give like an inspiring speech. Is that how that works?
Yeah. So
Well,
essentially,
let's hear it then.
essentially, I think if it's okay with you, or
Yes, sir.
Veluth is gonna put a hand on your shoulder and go, I think it's best for us to pace ourselves. We want to make sure that whatever message that we do give to the Thresher is accurate.
Yes, sir.
So let's properly take a step back. Chief Engineer, run systems and see if you can find the cause of power loss here. Doctor, if I could have you run tests to see the cause of death, and Lieutenant and Chief Security Officers, Chief Security Johnson, if I could have you run a preliminary to see if there's anything else that we might have missed. I think if we work together and expediently, we'll be able to restore power and give the Thresher a fighting chance. And now I'm gonna roll.
Yeah.
Back it up now.
I know this is the part that sucks. All right,
Also,
President.
maybe you can delete that 5 and 18. Yeah, there you go.
Yep. Yeah. I'm learning. Let's see. Bah. Okay, so that's we got one. we got one flipping thingamajig. I'm gonna spend the determination to reroll my 19. Now we're cooking with gas. That's 2.
There you go.
Of the,
Yay.
Nice.
and if it's okay with the team, I'd like to spend the 2 momentum to change a trait to remove the Ion Nebula. And I'd like to have Chief Engineer Talira being the one to figure out how to do that.
Yeah. So to change a trait, you can spend 2 momentum, and normally you do that kind of like after a test. But it would be so you would roll some dice. But I guess this would be like basically like outside difficulty 1. But you do have the momentum to spend here. So if you can get the momentum, the 2 momentum, then it'll be successful.
Gotcha.
I might be getting this wrong. It might not be after a test, but that's what we're going to go with right now.
Oh, that works for me.
So who is that the other Vulcan? Player who's rolling that? Okay.
So what am I rolling?
I was just gonna see if you could try and figure out how to get the power back on.
Oh yeah, I would love to get the power back on.
Oh, so you're spending that 2 momentum and then just removing the Ion Nebula trait. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's fine. And actually, just to kind of spread, I'm getting my DM senses are tingling. Is there any way we can pull in Johnson or the medical officer? Actually, medical officer could probably scan the body. So can you pull in Johnson into the power thing in some way?
I was I mean, what we could do is we could have Johnson and Siltek go adventure down to like the what's it called? The engine room.
I was gonna ask, will
Secure the
you
engine
two
room?
accompany me to engineering?
Exactly.
I don't want to go alone.
I was
Yes, sir.
also thinking if it would be, I mean, this isn't necessary, this is tangential, but I was going to say if it might be helpful to check any weapons skewing about to see if they've been discharged.
If they've been fired. Yeah, that makes sense.
Ooh,
So
Or rather
Actually-
drained
Yeah.
or anything of that concern.
ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you can test that pretty easily. They got the phasers on them. Like if you find a body, maybe from the bridge, kind of picking it up, just fire it into the floor or something, and
Yeah.
just does just a little click, nothing comes out. It
Drained,
looks like
sir.
the battery is drained.
Every single one of them.
Now, do they, I mean, with my, there's no other way to tell if a phaser's been fired before, or rather, if it's been drained by firing or just drained in general,
I
right?
bet that they'd have a firing count. That every time the phaser was fired, it would just tick a count. They must.
You can see that.
Yeah, I would
You can
check
see
that. I would have the phaser. Has it been like fired enough to drain it?
The one that you're holding says 5 times, which is not enough.
No way.
But it's more than one.
Commander, sir. Yeah,
But
it's
it's
been-
empty, yet only 5 shots fired.
yeah. There's no way that five shots emptied this weapon. I want to check. Were those 5 shots stun or lethal?
Stun.
5 stun shots would not drain this phaser, even a model this old, sir.
Right. Okay. So no signs of struggle, but there appears to be some sort of energy usage amongst the weapons. All right, and then yeah, I'll lead this little troop down to the engine room.
Sure. So we got the 3 of you. I'm going to kind of divide you into team. I'm just going to move. Okay, these guys are up at the other ship. And get them out of here.
All right.
And then we've got Talira. We got Siltek, Noel. I think I just misspelled your name
Siltek
there.
Null. Yep.
Yeah.
That's
And
Smack in, misspell my name.
we got Bill Johnson. Oh, the yellow shirts. That works. Okay, so we got Team Yellow going down into the engine room, and it sounds like we have Valuth and Melieza maybe staying up in the bridge to kind of check the bodies. Is that right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Let's handle Team Yellow first.
Okay.
Navigating these kind of like these older corridors is weird because the layout for starships has stayed like pretty consistent even over all this time.
Yeah.
And so it feels like familiar, but like you know where you're going because it's the same way that you go in your ship, but everything is different, right? And it's this weird feeling of deja vu where you can turn a corner that you've never turned before, but you've also turned it 1,000 times. And making your way down into the engine room. And Wes, is there anything that you guys are looking for in particular from the engine room?
I would like to see what major systems are offline, and if I can restore power. I have some
yeah,
talents that might help
the
as
main
well.
thing.
Right, and I think both of us, both security folk, would lend their batteries in case, you know. And I think we're also keeping an eye out for any sort of batteries that are expended as well as the main power.
Totally.
Sure. As you kind of go down the hall, there's actually like a lot of crew members. You find somebody who looks like they kind of died in the hallway.
When you're saying we're
and-
seeing bodies, like, are we seeing like desiccated skeletal things? Or are we seeing bodies that could have just died a week ago?
Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll get a little bit into that with the thing, but
Sure.
they are they're desiccated. They're not
Right.
they're not fresh.
They're like mummies in a Star Trek uniform, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In general. You get down into that engine room, and there's actually like is there a lot of bodies here? Or are there no bodies here? Let's go with a lot of bodies. This place,
Great.
yeah. There's a good. You walk in, and there's like a certain stench. I feel like the life support systems would like filter out a lot of like the miasma,
Yeah.
right? As like kind of a basic function. But like, and that kind of like consequently just helped mummify them and stuff like that. But there's a lot of like desiccated bodies here.
Whew.
Talier's gonna just walk past them and go to the main control console.
Sure.
Not my expertise.
It seems unresponsive. Like there's just no lights. You tap it, it doesn't do anything. Also, the whole way that you're walking through, you've just got like your flashlights that are on your phasers. There's just no lights anywhere.
I'd like to use a talent. I have a talent called Jury Rig. So I'd like to attempt to repair the main engineering panel control console. I can reduce the difficulty by 2.
Okay.
But it's only temporary.
Yeah. I think getting this thing back online after decades of being offline, I'm going to say it's probably difficulty 4 if you want to reduce that down to 2.
Down to 2.
Yeah.
And it's only so if I succeed, it's only a temporary measure, so it only lasts a short amount of time.
Cool.
Okay. Engineering and
You want to get if you can get help from somebody, you should be able to.
Lieutenant Siltek,
Yes, ma'am.
you lend me a hand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Please follow my instructions precisely.
Yes, ma'am. What am I rolling to help?
Yeah. Well, how are you helping?
I'm going to instruct Siltek to cross certain wires and reroute certain like flows.
Absolutely.
Precisely
Just
according
basically
to my
being a second-
instructions.
I'm being a
Yeah.
second pair of hands. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm doing work on this side of the panel. You're over on that side of the panel.
Reason plus engineering?
Yeah.
Okay. Reason, engineering, 1 die.
2 for me.
Oh, I rolled a 1. That gives you 2. Getting that
Two
I'm getting that bar
13s.
back.
Yeah, that's 4 successes on difficulty 2, and that gives you an extra 2 momentum there.
Nice.
Now, these tokens are way too big.
Giant
Uh,
huge momentum.
Hey guys, don't be afraid to use the technobabble generator. you converted the auxiliary photonic field.
Yeah.
Right.
You routed auxiliary power to the main engineering control panel.
That's right.
Opened the plasma
We had to
manifold.
reverse several
Plasma
polarities.
manifold.
And then we got it
Yeah.
done.
Reverse polarity twice to be back to normal original polarity. Yes, thank you. Good job.
You're gonna want to
Siltek.
synchronize in the cells.
Yes.
The panel kind of hums to life and immediately starts like kind of pinging the engine for status reports, and it basically kind of just gives like you get a long list of things that just say like unresponsive or offline, offline, life support on,
Backup.
backup's not even on anymore, like the backup's been used, and the life support doesn't have much time left either.
I'd imagine in that case the ship would start like locking off and shutting down sections and like reducing it to what it just could control. So are like
Right.
parts outside of this even survivable?
You know, that sounds like a great thing for me to spend the thread on at some point.
Shit, sorry.
Great.
But thank you for that idea. I will hold that in for later. And if
You're
somebody would
welcome,
like
sir.
to suddenly throw the crew into a vacuum, please donate $10.
How about 50? How about 50 for a complication, Alex? If someone would like to throw us into a vacuum, donate $50.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Wow, $10 for
$10 to
TK.
kill us all. Jesus, Alex.
I think, yeah, it would be $50, wouldn't it?
Right now, $50 to kill us all. Now you're talking $10 each at least.
That's a steal.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything else that you want to accomplish here now? Otherwise, I'll do. If you want to think about it for a second, I can cut back to the other team and.
Let's think about it for a second.
Sure. Valuth and Melieza, you are on the bridge. I imagine Melieza is taking an interest in these bodies.
Yes. She wants to know if there was a murder most foul committed upon the bridge.
Yeah. What kind of signs are you looking for?
The typical, like, where they shot sort of things. Maybe they've been, like, are they, like, desiccated, or do they look like they just died?
Yeah,
Sort of
like at a cursory glance, the thing that anybody will see immediately is that they have been dead a very long time.
Yes. So, like, on this end, then, it's just more figuring out if it was a murder or if it was just the fact that they got lost and everything just shut down and they all just died. So, sort of thing. So, and that is definitely, I know, a reason in medicine roll.
I think in order to kind of figure out the kind of cause of death here, I'm going to make that a difficulty 2. And you can roll that however you like. You can ask Valuth for help as well. If you'd like extra dice, you can also spend momentum to buy d20s.
Yes. I feel like we need to save those momentum for other things. So I'm going to ask Valuth for help in the manner of, can you deduce if you see anything that's, after years of death, anything that stands out to you that maybe I'm not seeing?
Of course, Doctor. However, I should inform you that my specialization is in command and engineering. That said, I will do my best to locate something that you might have missed.
Maybe how their deaths were engineered. I don't know.
Yeah. This sounds like
Funny.
A classic Vulcan stink.
For Valuth, maybe depending on the type of clue, I'll let you choose maybe insight or reason, your choice, and also security or medicine, your choice. And depending on which one you choose, I'll give you different types of information. And then for Melieza, you're probably going to end up being reason medicine, but if you the same kind of deal, depending on what types of attributes and departments you choose, I'll give you different information.
Could I make an argument for reason?
Yep.
We just got a
reason is the Sherlock deduction thing, right?
We just got a $36.31 donation. I'm trying to know how we're gonna. I think what happened is that someone donated $50 in a different country, and that's what it.
Yeah,
so
and
that's
it
a
converted into
$50
US.
complication donation. Yeah.
Oh God.
You know what? I did just make a promise
You did.
just 5 minutes ago, didn't I? I'm gonna test another test, but just while you guys are checking on bodies, engineering team, yellow team, the system, you're kind of like looking at the life support system, and it kind of like crosses, it turns from like a yellow color to a red color on the panel. And at that same time, I think like you just turned on the panel as well, and that just starts using more energy faster. suddenly you hear a kind of like an alarm sound that goes off, and the whole area is going to be like shut off in like a submarine
Would it be
going
a
under
red
kind
alert
of
by any
thing.
chance, Alex?
You know what? You can hit that red alert button,
Thank
and
you.
then also check the audio levels because maybe they can't hear me now.
Yep. No. I did it right this time. This time I've done it right.
Little important.
Do we have enough time to?
Yeah, you're gonna maybe have to make a run for it in a second, but in the meantime, people checking on bodies.
Okay.
Have you need to? We got one success. From Veluth.
Oh, how do I add that to the roll with an extra dice?
Well, we just you don't have to add anything. You can just roll your 2, and then we count his die separately.
Okay.
So he rolled his own dice.
2 successes.
Nice.
Because I'm helping you, you can re-roll one of those just in case you wanted to. You don't have to.
No, the one's a 2 and one's an 8. So.
Yeah. Do you have a focus that applies?
Oh, focus. Let me look at which one focus that it would work on. Let me bring it down. It probably, I feel like a biology roll. Wait, no, that's a science. Medicine is science, but I'm trying to deduce that sort of thing. So, I don't know. So I have research, biology, xenobiology, patient care, maybe patient care. They're
I think
dead.
patient care and xenobiology are both pretty relevant. So
Yeah.
I think that 2 is a crit.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
1, 2, 3, 4 successes in total. That will.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Nice,
Two more
nice.
Good timing.
giant momentum.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, other team might need that. I will say, kind of same deal as before. I'll give you cause of death. Looks like. Okay, I didn't know. This is getting too technical now. But in your body, there are little switches that kind of like send signals. They're little basically it's like a salt switch or whatever. It's why your body needs salt. So that it can send a electrical signal through things, and kind of like the electrons kind of jump across this thing. All of those, like I want to say, I can just say their salt content is basically 0.
Huh.
And basically kind
That's
of like
right.
removing their ability to have electricity. I need a technobabble generator.
You might need the medical.
Yeah.
You might need the medical one.
I might need the medical. And
11. Hemoglobin begins to break down rapidly. Cause accidental visit to an antimatter universe. Primary treatment. There isn't any right now because they're dead.
Right.
Just looking at the medical babble.
I mean, the second treatment would be a burial.
Yeah, exactly.
Burial or trip around the sun.
Yeah. But yeah, something removed all the salts out of their bodies, like they were sucked dry. That's weird.
Kinda, a little bit.
Yeah.
It remains
Kinda, a little bit.
This remains consistent with what has occurred to the ship itself. It's as though something is attracted to the production of energy.
Yep.
Which would also explain the power failures on the Thresher.
Yep.
It is imperative now more than ever that we make contact with the Thresher.
Yep. Is there a way? Have you checked again to see if we can contact them?
I think
have a
so.
plan.
The Veluth a moment ago kind of spent some momentum to remove the nebula.
Ion nebula.
The ion nebula. We never really kind of like, so that kind of like removes the way that might affect communications and stuff like that. We never really went over like what you were actually doing in that moment. And like, how did you kind of like boost the communications?
I don't think it was so much boosting the communications as much as it was finding a way to gently. The ship is drifting, so I think it would be easier to say that he found a way to change the course in which it's drifting to a location in which the signal would have a direct, unimpeded path.
Oh, okay, yeah, it kind of like just like drift out of a cloud, and it's like a slightly, yeah, okay, that works for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to send a signal at this point, you probably could.
He's gonna sit in the captain's chair.
There you go.
And go,
Nice.
happy Halloween indeed. And then send a message to the Thresher.
The Vulcan told a joke.
Wow.
Little gun spin for the Vulcan.
Engineering team, you have a few moments to get out of that room before you're kind of locked in, and that's it.
Is there enough time for me to check the stability of the warp core?
I go throw myself in the doorway, and if that door
Still
starts to close, I'm gonna hold
Lieutenant.
it open until you get out.
Yeah, we're both. No, I think I'm gonna second that. I think the both of us are holding either side of this silly sliding door.
Exactly.
Lieutenant, it is illogical to think that your body will stop the. Okay.
Look how Vulcan went.
I'm going
Fine,
faster.
whatever.
I'm going
Chief,
faster.
stop thinking you're Vulcan and get it done.
I'm thinking quickly. I wanna check. I just want to make sure the warp core is not gonna blow up.
Sure.
That's important.
And I would
Yeah.
also like to transfer this console to the bridge, so I can use it when I
Smart.
get there.
Yep, that's really smart.
Okay, so this is going to be what was called, I think, like a timed. You want to do two things. You want to. What are you trying to get from the warp core here? What information?
I just want to assess its stability. I mostly just want to do a quick read to see when there's low power in a starship, worst case scenario is the warp core explodes. It's what I don't want to have happen.
Damn straight.
Okay.
And then I want to send all this command console back up to the bridge so I can still access engineering from there.
Sure. I think it's going to be difficulty 2 to get any kind of like to get a really clear read on how stable this is.
Okay.
And to like be sure. The others probably can't help you other than the fact that they're going to buy you time, but I'm going to have you roll yours separately, and then we can jump to them and see how well they hold the doors open.
Okay. Engineering and control?
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay. Roll. 7 and a 9.
Yeah, that's your 2. The
Nice clutch.
yeah, and it's a good thing you did check too, because warp core not stable. There are certain like
I knew it.
there's certain containment fields, like there's energy that has to be put, there's antimatter at play, right? And that needs to be like stabilized with like really powerful magnets and force fields and that kind of thing. And those things are low on energy and not doing super great anymore.
Can I use a talent to reroute power to the warp core and try to stabilize the containment field?
I will say this is going to have consequences for the rest of the ship.
More so than blowing up.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's what I'm wondering.
It's going to basically take any additional life support
Oh, I don't want
that you have in order to.
So we're gonna
Well,
cast
I
down
have-
no matter what, basically. is
So
what
the
you're saying.
the talent I wanted to use is called More Power, and it lets me
Oh,
reroute systems or reroute power to 2 systems instead of 1. So I was gonna do the warp core and life support.
you know what? I'll make this. Is this a test normally, or it just lets you do it?
Well, it's whenever you use the reroute power major action.
Yeah. Okay.
You may use 2 momentum to give reserve power to 2 systems rather than 1.
Yeah. Okay. So this makes sense. I'll compromise with you a little bit, and I'll
Okay.
make this another
Another
level,
roll.
another level 2 difficulty 2 thing in order to basically optimize whatever systems you need to in order to keep the life support on at the same time. If you can't do it, then life support's going to go down.
Okay.
But
Okay. Same role or different attribute?
The same one might work for me. Yeah.
Engineering and control. All right. 19 and a 4.
You do have a determination point you could spend to re-roll the 19.
I'll do that.
Oh, I was hoping you would say that. I'd like my exo ability if I could. When an allied character in communication with me spends a determination, I can spend 3 momentum to enable that character to regain the spent point of determination.
Nice. So re-roll that 1 die.
Okay.
I think you can just like click on the black circle there to
Yeah,
re-roll 1.
yeah. A 10.
There you go. That's the second success that you need.
Nice.
And that spends 2 of our momentum.
So good.
Yeah. It spends 3, right? Is the exo ability? Or sorry, hold on. Why does that spend 2 momentum?
2 because I used a talent. So in order to reroute power to 2 systems instead of 1, I used a talent.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So there's not enough momentum there for you to get your determination point back.
No worries.
That's fine.
Still worth it.
Warp core stabilized. However, the room that you're currently in, still kind of shutting down. You have just enough time to run to the door.
Yeah,
maybe.
I'll jog.
Two people holding open the door. Do you want to try to buy your time here?
Heck yes, we do.
Oh yeah.
I've been waiting to roll a fitness.
I'm old.
If you fail this, the doors are going to shut in your face.
Since it's a security fitness plus con, I'd imagine, right? Since we're doing a door thing.
Yeah, that works for me. And how are you guys? Are you both like just getting on either side of the doorway and like putting your legs across it to like hold it open or something like that?
I think hands.
Yeah. So here's what Siltec is doing. Siltec has a lot of respect for for Bill, right? A lot of respect for him. But if he thinks it's going to hurt Bill, he'll shove Bill out of the way and hold it open himself.
Oh, Siltec.
That's it.
Okay.
All right. So
I'll have you each roll your own test here.
All right.
If both of you succeed, then all 3 of you get out. If one of you succeeds, then probably you can get out, but Talira is not going to make it. If neither of you succeed, well, one of you's already standing in the door, so maybe one of you can jump out before that door closes.
All right.
So basically,
Good luck.
Yeah.
more successes, more people.
We got 2 momentum left, right?
You do.
Does one of them give me another die?
Yes.
I'm going to grab one of them if that's all right then, and I'm going to roll 3 dice.
That is how that works.
All right. Oh, okay, a 6 and 11, which passed, but then a 20, which fails.
Finally. A 20 is a complication. Complication.
This is my best roll.
I'll probably should roll as well right now, shouldn't I?
Please.
Did you fail by chance?
Fitness and
no, I succeeded. I rolled 2
Okay.
successes and then a 20.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I only got 1 success, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. You can spend a determination to reroll if you really want to, or you can just accept the consequences of failure.
We're going to die. I'm going to roll a determination. I'm going to spend that determination point. Where is that little guy there? There it is. I'm spending a determination point, and I'm a
little hero.
What do I do? Roll once or re-roll?
Well, I mean, hold on. Maybe I think Johnson could spend his to re-roll his, is what I was talking about.
Oh,
you've already succeeded around.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
you're good. Yeah, I'll do that.
It's all on you, Chief.
So I'll just add a d20 then, right?
Yeah, that works. It works.
Chief, please.
No.
Roll almost. Lord.
All right, so that door is closing down. Both of you are going to be able to jump out if you need. The Talira.
I shove.
Talira looks like it might be.
I shove Bill into the corridor and I stay in that doorway.
Lieutenant.
It's too late.
Siltek, what are you doing?
You are going to get killed, sir. Get out of here. And then I hold that door open myself.
Jeez.
All right. I'm just waiting a moment to see is that everyone's good with that, and I don't think that needs a roll or anything, so we can just move on if that's the case.
Because if somebody failed, I do believe this triggers, which is I thought there was a way I could toss it in chat. Backup plans whenever an ally or I fail a task. You may add 1 point to the group's momentum pool.
Oh, okay.
That's helpful.
Nice.
Wow, it's so big.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
The door closes with Bill on the safe side,
Yep.
I think, and the other two kind of on the dangerous side.
Yeah, I guess so.
Cool. The next thing that happens is the door closes. The room starts like rapidly pumping air out into basically the room, the rest of the ship to kind of conserve it. And we're going to jump back to the bridge team with Melieza and Veluth. So Melieza, you did another little medical check there. I kind of feel like I cheated you a little bit because looking for medical signs and kind of figuring out what you're getting here. I think as you're examining it and getting you're kind of the salt thing, you have the tricorder is getting a readout of one of the cells, and then one of the cells kind of shifts and it's different. Your tricorder itself pumping the body of radiation, and that radiation kind of suddenly and quickly mutates it.
What does it do to it? Do I need to make a roll for this?
Well, it depends on what you want to do. You don't have to make a roll if you just walk away.
I'm gonna walk away. No, I could use a talent, quick study, when attempting a task that will involve an unfamiliar practice. Wait, no. Technique. No, that won't work either. So, she's like uncertain. She's just like tells Veluth, the cells are changing on this desiccated body as I scan it. It is abnormal.
Unfortunate.
Should we just leave now?
I have to attempt to get in contact with the Thresher.
Yes, please do so. I think we need to go.
I want to go home.
We need to go now.
Captain.
Yeah, I do too.
I would like to send or attempt to send a message to my captain.
Sure, the message can kind of get through, and the captain says, "Do you have a report? We have a situation over here."
I'd imagine it may involve the individuals we've transported from the Kelly. I have reason to believe they have the ability to drain the power from starships as well as individuals. It is my recommendation that we find a way to jettison them off of the Thresher immediately.
Says that won't be possible right now. Melieza has them in the sick bay.
Oh, shit.
Captain, it is imperative.
Yeah, I'm not there right now. I don't know what you're talking about.
The over the comms channel, the captain says, "Who is this?"
Melieza? Dr. Melieza.
Are you on that ship?
Yeah.
Shit. And she says, I'm sending a security team now. I want everybody off of that ship now. And she basically prepare to be transported, she tells you.
Understood.
GM, do our two behind closed door folks, do they have like badge recall on their transporter, or like?
Yeah, that would probably work. So that's a freebie.
It used to not be a thing, and now it is a thing in the modern stuff. So like,
yeah.
Oh, lower decks. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, even so, like now the captain is kind of like ordering you to be beamed off. So there's somebody in there's some ensign on the control panel is like kind of just picking your signals up. Also, the Ion Nebula is gone. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
So the you guys all just get kind of like beamed back directly into the bridge altogether.
Before we get beamed, is there a way that I could say something on a closed channel to the individuals on the Kelly?
Yeah, sure.
Confirmation code Thresher Delta.
Understood.
Oh. Understood.
That's it. That's all he wanted to say.
All right.
I also want to say Halloween costumes is a trait that will give you advantage on identifying who people are.
Right, of course it will.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's brilliant.
That's fucking good.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's so
Keep your
good.
hat.
Do I still have my rope? Because I'm gonna hog tie some motherfuckers. Time to go. It's time to catch some cattle that should not be on our ship.
You have a rope. Oh yeah, from your cowboy outfit.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you had specifically narrated yourself coming out of your Halloween costumes, then
I think we just ran
I'd say-
over.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Some people had. I know that.
I took
Valuth
my
would've.
costume off.
Yeah.
Took your pip
Yeah.
off.
You
Yeah.
Put it back on.
So you get beamed back basically right back to the bridge, and when you get there, let's choose one more person. It's going to be, I'll make it Bill Johnson is kind of there's a bunch of security officers kind of in the bridge. Bill Johnson's also in the bridge, but people are just aiming phasers at him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not you, but
No,
him.
other
you
Bill
know?
Johnson. Bill
Yeah.
Johnson 2.0. Yeah.
Right. And are we
Billy
all
Johnson.
walking? We're walking into the bridge now. The rest of us.
We're just telling-
seeing
There's
this?
two
Yeah.
tokens.
I think. I think with that alone, I would like to attempt to tackle other Bill Johnson and wrestle him to the ground.
Yeah.
No.
That's for sure not going to cause any
Oh
problems.
no confusion whatsoever.
I will want to say, so this is a thing that's going to feel a
Stun
little
'em
bit
both.
cheaty to me. But when you enter a situation that the GM thinks is kind of like higher stakes or like it's more dangerous, you can just like add threat. I'm just going to give myself 2 threat.
Sure.
for free.
Piled up.
There you go.
I'm a proud Endorian. I don't like someone wearing my face.
No, it's quite an insult. Absolutely. Could not
Yeah.
agree more, sir.
You know, when Noir is freaked out, Noir feels like he can give himself 2 momentum for free. So. No, I'm just kidding. I'm teasing.
Captain's prerogative. Clink, clink.
Bill Johnson. Why don't you roll a? This is probably a. See if I probably won't want to get into full combat rolls right now, but you can probably roll just like a fitness and a security roll in order to kind of subdue this guy.
Right. Okay. Hey.
Nice.
There you go.
All that Andorian anger came rushing to the surface.
And actually, so you got to. I'm just gonna make it an opposed roll as well because that makes sense to me.
Can
and
I
I'll
assist by
use-
handing him my rope?
Yeah, sure. You can roll 1 die for that.
Awesome.
Do you have any focuses, Johnson?
Oh, I got fitness
Any
plus
like
security,
martial
I'm
arts
assuming?
or something?
Not for this one, unfortunately.
Okay.
Team dynamics is the closest to
I'm
that.
going to roll a fitness plus security. And that gives us a 4, and that's under my thing, so that's 2 more successes.
Wow. Look at you
I do
go.
one thing and I do it well, ma'am.
is awesome.
So doppelganger Johnson rolled a 20, which gives you a momentum.
Nice.
And
Sucks to suck there.
and also one success there. So you guys got one success versus your, how many you got here? 1, 2,
I
3?
got 2. And then I think Bill Johnson got 2 as well, right? We got
That's right.
4.
Yeah.
There you go. That's another 3 momentum then.
Nice.
Actually, I'll just
Hell yeah.
duplicate these. Okay, you got him wrestled down to the ground. He is pinned, and he says, "Let me go." Like he's having trouble replicating your voice here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can get up when you show us who you really are.
That's right. Take my face off.
It says, "I'm the real Johnson."
Hog tie. Just tying legs and arms together right now. Not a chance.
Yeah. So he's having pretty easy to kind of pick this guy, this particular person out as the fake one because he can't speak properly.
Yep.
And you can kind of see as you get kind of close, there's also like kind of some other weird things kind of go on. Like he's got like, does Johnson have a bald patch on the back of his head?
Sure.
Well, this guy doesn't.
Only ever see me from the front.
Yeah, little things like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, you got him wrestled down and subdued.
Can I scan both Bill Johnsons?
Oh, smart. See if there's differences. That's really smart.
Sure. What are you looking for when you scan them?
I'm looking for any and every variation that would be easy to replicate or locate via a preliminary scan.
Okay. I mean, you can choose whichever things make sense for you there.
Okay.
If anybody wants to help in some way, they can as well, just to get as many people involved as possible.
I'm definitely asking the doctor for help because I'd like to
Yeah.
remind my expertise is in command and engineering.
Just to spice things up a little bit here. So he's got the tricorder out and just kind of doing a general scan. With your medical expertise, is there a particular type of scan that you might do for something more specific?
Probably xenobiology again.
Mm.
Because that seems to fit in with what's going on.
Yeah.
Because this is not patient care. This is like, what the fuck are you?
That's right. While they may look alike, if you compare bone densities, I bet there's going to be a difference.
Mm-hmm. So, do you want me to add a roll to that to help him?
Yeah, just roll 1 die.
1 die? Okay. I'm just going to give him...
I'm going to make this difficulty 2.
Just a medicine roll, basically?
Yeah, medicine and maybe insight or reason.
I'll do this. Roll. Oh, there you got 2 extra successes.
Nice.
That one.
Oh, nice.
I got an 8 and 15.
Perfect.
6 is the maximum momentum that you can have banked. So if you want to spend anything, now is a good opportunity.
Let's use. Do you want to use momentum?
I'd like to use 2.
Nice.
Okay, go for it.
Can we say that? Can we create a? I'm trying to create a trait that will help us, guys, but I can't think of anything. Help!
I can do something. So,
Okay.
Would you like a tissue sample?
Yes.
Yes.
I take out a scalpel. Scalpel.
Yeah.
A little laser scalpel.
Little laser scalpel. So cute.
Make your test first, though, and we can give you this thing after.
You need to give me a what?
I can give you the tissue sample after Noir rolls his test.
Yep.
Which test am I rolling?
Or have you already rolled to do the scan?
Yeah.
I'm not sure
I got 1 success.
Got 1 success, and then you also got 1 success, or 2 successes from there. So that'll give you 1 more momentum. And so you get that tissue sample. I'll pull up. Actually, let's duplicate. No, this is not a thing anymore. Just no more darkness. And you've got that. The tissue sample itself, as you kind of pull it out, it's kind of like absorbing kind of radiation from the tricorder as you kind of analyze it, and the readings kind of show the cells kind of morphing and changing quite rapidly to match more closely Chanson's DNA and everything. But it seems to be completely fueled on basically the radiation, electricity, kind of using up quite a lot of energy in order to pull this off.
Can I spend a momentum, guys, to ask a question, because I want to make sure it's cool with the crew before I do. Does this appear to be something that, with the tissue sample pulling energy, that means that this isn't an act of maliciousness? This is just something akin to its nature, correct?
Maybe. Yeah.
Something to consider.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is this quite possibly could be a life form that you haven't seen before, and the maliciousness of it is unclear.
If I might suggest, and I'm looking to the crew, Doctor, would you be able or willing to work with the engineering team to see if there's a way that we might mitigate the effect without having to harm the life form? If this sample alone is enough to drain our tricorder, this may simply be a reflex of the organism.
Absolutely. I can help figure this out with engineering.
Yeah.
I'm struggling on the floor here, and I say, like, folks, maybe we can put this this individual behind a field.
I'm wrapping him up,
Just
man.
like strolling back and forth, like,
Siltek's on
To
top
see, like,
of him.
maybe like a shields column would be nice.
I've got this guy hogtied. I've got an elbow in his back. I got a phaser out ready to stun him. I trust me, I'm on top of this.
A lot of physical contact
That's
here.
right.
Officer Johnson, I don't know that a energy field would be the most effective way to restrain an
Good
organism
fucking call.
that consumes
What would
energy.
you suggest, sir?
I suggest maximum stun. That's what I suggest.
That seems like energy too as well.
shit,
That's
right.
it.
Perhaps,
How about a
Perhaps-
fist? How about kinetic energy, sir?
Well, that would be my
Lieutenant.
dedication.
Wait, can't you
perhaps
just do
the
the pinch?
doctor and I could.
Can't you just do the little pinch on him? Knock him out?
One of you
Right?
Vulcans
Yeah.
could do the
Just
pinch.
just kind of hold him so his shoulder is like up here. Just give him a pinch.
Hinge.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Chief Engineer Lyra, you were saying something?
Perhaps Dr. Milieza and I could figure out how much energy they need, put them in a room where we can funnel it to them. We could use backup power, essentially feed them.
I agree.
Yeah, that makes sense. As far as restraining fake Bill Johnson, though, so yeah, a rope would work probably if you're avoiding energy. Ideas that don't use energy, like rope or like a medical, like a
Oh my
knockout thing.
The rope has use. The
I
rope-
know, like, I was just about to be like, Siltek, your rope. Like, just a dejected Vulcan, just like, God damn it.
It was just like flashback to 3 days ago where Siltek is like, look, I got rope. And the Vulcan just being like, this is completely obsolete. We
This
have
is
more
very
efficient ways."
unnecessary. The necessary use of replicated materials.
And then it comes out to save the day, and it's just in Siltek.
The
Get more rope.
Yes, sir. 50 feet of it.
what's the okay? You got this guy tied up. What's your plan from here?
Go tie up other people.
I think it could work if Dr. Milieza is able to determine how much energy they require. We could put them in a cargo bay and give them excess power until we get them off the ship.
Or just, teleport them back to their ship.
That would essentially be killing them. There's no power left on that ship. They won't have anything to feed off of.
While they're working on that, I would like to work on the means of identifying them. Half the trouble is going to be rounding them up because they'll be looking like us.
Mm-hmm.
Make it known that Malaysia has a slight limp because of her injury that she had. Even if she has a fake hip in, but she still has a slight limp.
It's important.
And she's still wearing the paper hat.
Right. Yeah, I think the security team should start rounding up the other doppelgangers.
Yep.
Yeah. More than happy to
I
be
think
part
so.
of
You
that
guys are in the
team.
bridge. You get the captain with him, and the captain does like a little kind of like calls into the security team, asking for Lieutenant Mark, and asks for a status report. And there's over the comms. There's sounds of some blaster fire.
Oh shit!
Or not blast.
Oh,
Blasters are Star Wars. Phaser fire.
Right.
Oh.
It's committed a sin.
No.
The phaser fire, and it says they've held up in the sick bay.
All right. I think I'll tap my badge and put out a call to them and say like, what is it? Cease all use of energy weapons. Report to your nearest what's the word I'm looking for? Your nearest replicator, and start printing rope and other means of physical restraint. Energy weapons will not, will not affect these intruders. And I'll give a little wink over to Siltek.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, sir.
Salute is shaking his head the whole time.
Siltek's just ready to tackle someone else. Just ready.
He's
All right,
so
I'll give you a
excited.
freebie.
He read
I'll
like
give
an
you a
essay
freebie.
on rope the other day.
The replicators are programmed. There's like files that replicate sets of stuff to get like the like you order a meal, it comes with the plate, right? If you order a hot dog, it's not just gonna be the hot dog, it's gonna come with the plate and the dressing or whatever. When you programmed the rope one in, you programmed the whole cowboy outfit in.
No. I hate this and love it at the same.
You're using up all my antimatter.
It was just a
now
fish.
cowboys for the day.
That's right. Oh, can we replicate a horse?
No.
Lieutenant.
Dead on arrival.
Focus.
Yes, ma'am. I'm focused. Get the rope.
Yeah. The okay, so
Full
you guys are
saddle
down
falls to the ground.
So you guys are like ordering people to start getting rope and stuff like that. You're going down to the sick bay now? Is that
Yeah,
where we're all going? We're all together.
Yep.
Yep.
We should stay together.
Yeah, we should not get out of each other's sight, or they're going to replicate one of us, and now there'll be two of us again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You get down to the sick bay. Getting through the ship, no problem. I'm just going to spend another threat point here, and there's another little power flicker.
Oh, shit.
Flurb.
No.
That's no good.
And like just like they're almost like they're able to kind of like everything that's in the reserve energy really quickly and immediately available, and then they got like charge back up from the reactor. Seeing a hand being raised.
Gut feeling.
Ooh.
I have to. Yep. Okay, that's an additional 2, so a total of 3.
When the game master spends a threat to introduce reinforcements or cause a reversal, they must spend an additional 2 threat.
Okay. So what I'm doing there is I'm making sure that the people that you meet next are not having the replication problems.
Okay.
So I will. Okay, I'm just going to spend basically all 3 of those, and it's not like reinforcement is a trait, but it's kind of similar to reinforcements. It's the same cost, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, I'll duplicate this one. And this one is going to be called Perfect Copies.
Nate.
Oh.
Nate.
And you get down to the hallway just outside of the sick bay. There's a couple of security officers who have already been downed here, but most of them are kind of sitting around the door, and they're just doing the thing where they can't move without being shot at.
Right.
So at this point, we could go into a combat thing, and we can do a combat encounter. I can pull up those rules. We can have turns, unless there's another way that you guys want to approach this. So it's balls in your court.
Who's in the other room? Just them?
So you kind of poke your head around to get a quick look. Phaser fire kind of quickly shoots past. Yeah. So it looks like they're there's a few lieutenants. Basically, you don't see, none of them look like what they looked like before.
Right, they're all them.
All of them look like either other people in the crew or you people themselves. So there's definitely somebody who's copying Veluth, definitely somebody who's copying Melieza, because she was the person that was in the sick bay.
All right.
And
lock that door.
Yeah, let's use the other two as well. So we got a Veluth, we've got a Siltech, we've got a
I don't like that.
Talira, and we got a Melieza. You've also got like 3 other officers from the ship who don't have names.
But they're fakes or they're real?
Oh, I don't know.
Fuck.
Oh, great.
Well, either way, lock that door, cut off all power to that room, pump the air out of it until they're knocked unconscious, and go get them.
I think that's a great idea.
That is one option.
I would very much like to attempt to talk to them first.
Perhaps we can see what they want. They might not be hostile.
Commander, be real careful. It is hard to talk to phasers.
I'll take that under advisement, and I would like to walk into sick bay.
Jesus Christ!
You're just gonna walk in,
Commander.
I am going to be entering now. It would be ill-advised for you to shoot. I have no intentions of harming you.
Gonna test those de-escalation powers.
Yeah, jeez.
Okay, so social conflict. Let's do this. Your team is gonna get a turn, then they're gonna get a turn. What you want to do is kind of like make them give in to what you want, right? And that means you need to apply stress to them.
Right.
The stress that you apply, you're going to roll a test, and then that test is going to be based on the department that you roll, right? However, that's all that's needed there. And that's like kind of like a persuade test. However, they need to be willing to be persuaded. Like, so people can just say, like, I know I'm not willing to listen to you at all. And so you need to kind of change the situation in a way that makes them willing to listen. And that would be basically creating a trait, which makes them listen. And I think if you just want to use your pure force of presence, basically, that can do that. Then you can roll like presence plus command, and just order them to stop. Basically, is what you're doing.
Okay, I will use my force of personality.
Yeah, I would also buy insight if you because that's kind of the empathy thing. If you're going for more of an empathetic tone,
I was trying to actually.
Or daring, actually.
I was gonna say logically breaking down why their plan is dumb.
Yeah, I'm not taking reason on this one. This is I'm giving you 3 options: presence, daring, or insight.
I'll take presence. No, that's cool. Here we go.
Yeah, so creative trait is 2 successes. You walk through that door, and them
Commander?
being completely unwilling to listen here, they fire. And
Don't you dare fire at my commander.
Can I spin the momentum or no?
momentum most of the time is spent before you roll, but you could spend momentum to ask questions here, I think.
What kind of phaser is it?
Good news. Good news, guys. I failed a trait. I failed a roll, so that means we get more
We
momentum.
get more momentum.
Can I actually? Can I spend a determination?
Ooh.
Yeah, that would give you a reroll at this point.
I'll
There we go.
reroll if I can. And the reason that I still have a determination, because I did spend one earlier, is because I am a veteran. And when you're a veteran, you roll a d20. If you roll equal or less than your control rating, you immediately regain the point. So I'm gonna roll for that. 1 second. Okay, rolling for control. I do not get it back this time.
Do you know what a 20 does? You rolled a 20 there. I like 20s.
Yeah, you get your threat. Get your threat, evil GM. All right. But I do get to reroll that presence and command again. Come on, man. There we go.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's 2 successes.
Okay, so that changes the situation a little bit there. Okay, yeah, you just use that trait though. You reroll. Okay. You walk in and there is an initial shot, like just one of the other people kind of shoot, but then I want to say Siltech shoots at you, right? Melieza kind of reaches over.
It would be Siltech.
It would though, wouldn't it?
It would.
Yeah. Melieza reaches over and like pulls down the blaster as they fire, right? Melieza still has the phaser pointing at you, and says, "Don't move any further. We can talk." And now, I mean, you can continue. If anybody else also wants to try to jump in, then it is open for them. Just move the spotlight around a little bit.
Absolutely. So sorry.
No, it's okay. It does make sense if you continue, but if anybody else has an idea, I just want to just double check the table and make sure that nobody's kind of been waiting for their moment.
Like, jump in.
Go, Commander.
You're our diplomat, you know.
Go, Commander.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Okay.
Just double check.
Okay.
The Valuth, what's your kind of opening line to them here now that you've got their attention?
I'd simply like to ask you both. Ask you all the question: what next? You took over the Kelly, and it was a statistical anomaly that we stumbled upon you, and you found yourself with another ship. But if you continue on your current course of action, you will find yourself in the same position. So what next?
All right. Yeah, make that roll.
Okie dokie.
This one sounds like a reason to me.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, please.
Bruh!
I guess I didn't. Hold on, I'm gonna make this an opposed roll.
Okay.
And you're talking to primarily Melieza, so I'm gonna jump over to Melieza's stat block here and use their stats.
Oh, that's clever. I like that.
See, this is how you cut down on the number of NPCs that you have.
NPCs. That's awesome.
Okay,
I'll roll it well all day right now.
Save prep time here. So she's probably going to resist, probably with her own presence, but she mostly wants the ship. But security. She's kind of concerned about the safety of her people primarily, which I gotta clear that roll. Presence and security. That's 2 failures. You got one success there.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So what I'd like you to do is, what was your department that you used, and what was the rating in it?
The department I used was command, and my rank is 5.
Cool. So that's going to apply like 5 stress to fake Melieza. And once again, I'm just going to use real Melieza's snap block here because I don't want to jump around. So I'm just going to apply. 1 second. Oh, I can't edit. Never mind. I was going to have to write it down somewhere else. But Melieza has a total of 10 stress that needs to be applied to her to get her to like back down, basically. So you're halfway there. She keeps her phaser trained on you, and she says, "This ship is newer. The core is larger. It could sustain us longer. We can make it far. We just need to make it far enough to get to a large enough place where we can get all the power that we need. Like, it can't be that much further to the next planet."
I see. In that case, might I recommend cooperating with us? We have a brilliant engineer and a brilliant doctor who could study your biology, find a way to sustain you on a travel to a planet that would be more suitable to your needs. If I could persuade you to put down your phasers, they could tell you themselves.
Can I support that by pulling up how far it is to the next planet? Because we're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
We're on a long haul journey.
Can I pull up telemetry about how we're in the middle of nowhere and they'll never make it to support that argument?
Yeah, I can see it. You can help them there.
Excellent. All right, that would be what reason plus con, I guess.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Nice.
Come on. A 10. I got you one success right there.
Yep. And I got 2 more after that.
Nice.
I'm using Melieza's daring and science here.
Okay.
And I will spend a threat because I can spend it like it's a momentum.
Sure.
To add a 3rd die in here.
So stubborn, these people.
Yeah. Can't be easy.
Yeah, they're worried.
They're scared. They're trying to survive. I get it. I don't know why I'm doing Siltec when I'm not talking in Siltec's voice.
Okay.
It's a fun voice to do. I was trying not to do it myself because that's how my tism works.
That's why I like him so much.
What did you guys get in terms of successes?
3 total.
Okay, I got 3 failures, plus I rolled a 20, which gives you a momentum.
Damn.
Wow.
What do you need me to
There you go.
roll for this? Or it's just those 2?
She lowers her phaser and she says, "Do you really think that you can do that?"
I believe it's in our capability, but the way that it would be accomplished would be better explained by our engineer and our doctor.
We require so much energy. How could you supply all that?
With great difficulty, but the preservation of life is first and foremost part of our mission in Starfleet.
Yes,
everyone, the phasers have been brought down. It is safe to join us.
Mm-hmm. Carefully walk into the room, eyeing the other Siltec.
Yep.
Yeah.
It would help a lot of our trust if you could show us who you really were.
Says this is who I am now.
Oh, wild.
I see.
Wild. Okay.
Interesting.
Fascinating.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there it is.
Yes.
Just
two Vulcans bouncing off each other.
Vulcans and their neutral adjectives.
So, what's the plan from here?
I'm leaving it to you guys. I did my part.
If I may suggest, studying their biology, determining how much energy they require, we could maybe reroute auxiliary systems to a cargo bay.
Yes.
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 Non-essential systems can be powered down for the time being in order to supplement their energy needs.
Yes.
And if for
So,
some reason
like-
that's not enough, do we have a spare dilithium crystal on board? Maybe it'll just feed them.
Do we have a
Big
spare
ass consent.
GM? Do we have any spare?
So sorry, I didn't realize
We could
that
also
was your hand.
use
Yeah.
shuttles.
So that is something that so you have a momentum spend that here. You can create a trait. You can say spend 2 momentum. You get a spare dilithium crystal.
Yeah.
You can spend 2 more, a total of 4, to make it like a lot of dilithium crystal that you have left over.
We
maybe
happen
like
to
a
be
level 2 trait.
transporting some for some reason. That seems awful
We could-
good for me.
Let's spend 2 and create a crystal, and then we could use that to power the cargo bay. We put them
be
in.
like a little campfire they can all get around and get
Literally,
warm.
we could create like a device in the middle they can huddle around.
I'll organize the security fellows to help clear a security bay.
Nice.
Not security bay, what I'm saying.
Cargo bay
Yeah,
4.
we gotta get all those blue round things that don't hold nothing and weigh like 5 pounds
We
out
gotta
of there.
move the containers. Someone's gotta do it.
Okay. I'm sensing
Get a huff of the pallet.
one kind of final push to solve this problem.
Yeah.
The things that you need to do is you need to dedicate a cargo bay and set it up in order to kind of house this whole energy supply system that you're doing. Like you're is that what you're doing? You're like setting up like an energy generator in a cargo bay?
Yeah. I'm going to
Smart.
create a device from scratch. I'm imagining like something that's literally shooting little electric like arcs out of it. That
Like
they
a- like
can
a
Oh, like the
stand
little orb
under.
thing that they have in
Yeah.
They just
But they can
go up
touch
and like
It's oh my god, it's a hot
They
topic orb,
literally
but it's
huddle
powered by
around.
dilithium.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
That's amazing.
But
They
they
just
can
put their
literally
hands on it.
touch.
Oh, I love that. You knew the budget for this episode was low because they went to the $20 hot topic orb. In order
If that ain't classic Trek, I don't know
Totally
what is.
Okay, so I'm gonna
and then
I'm gonna-
also, I guess, scanning them. The doctor can scan them and tell me how much energy to give them
yeah.
as well.
So one, you need to prepare the cargo bay. Another task that you're going to need to do is kind of figure out the energy requirements, right? Kind of from like a biological perspective.
Mhm.
So research new life forms. Say that. And then another task that you're going to need to do is actually build the device. So task build hot topic. Orb.
topic orb.
Hold on, we need a
we need a technobabble.
we need a technobabble.
It's plasma, if that
A
helps.
quantum genetic particle generator.
Fuck yes.
Nice.
Beautifully done. Mwah.
What was that first word?
Quantum.
Oh yeah, quantum genetic particle generator
Mhm.
or field.
AKA plasma orb.
Yeah. Cool. And those are the 3 tasks that I'm seeing that we need to do. And you guys can kind of assign yourselves to which of these tasks. You can kind of do these in tandem. And you guys can assign yourselves to which one you're doing and also describe how you're going to be doing it.
I'm gonna help secure the cargo bay by moving heavy things with my muscles.
That's right.
I'm going to I'll make this a little bit more complicated.
Okay.
From a security standpoint, you don't just want to give these people a machine.
No.
You probably also want to protect the ship.
Yes.
Mhm.
So we will Okay, so in addition to putting all this energy into the cargo bay, we will double, triple shield the outside of the cargo bay to protect the rest of us from that cargo bay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Does Bill Johnson have an idea of how he might kind of triple up those shields?
I think that we would need to probably either divert power from somewhere else, or perhaps we could dedicate some of our spare arsenal for battery usage for the time being, as well as, of course, devote a couple shifts of folks just to guard the area naturally, right?
Okay. Okay. You have that difficulty of 2. Before you roll that, anybody who wants to assign themselves to the cargo bay thing, you may, but do that now.
Assigned.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I will definitely be the first to help out, and I wouldn't order my my crew of security folk to do something that I wouldn't do.
Okay. Make it a little bit smaller there. There you go. So, and then we're also bringing over Bill Johnson on this one. And anybody who's on the research new life forms task? And how are you going about doing this research? I'm dumping a lot of techno babble or like medical babble opportunities on you, but you can describe it any way you like.
I'm going to use Milieza will use the talent quick study, which is it's basically, I'll use the last part of it, is to treat an unfamiliar species and ignore any difficulty or complication range increase stemming from your unfamiliarity. Increases.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to use this perfect copy straight to make this difficult, but I can ignore that. But I will set it at a base difficulty of 3.
So basically,
if you want, the tissue samples might help you here. So this will kind of maybe lower the difficulty down to 2. Yeah. So that's how traits work. They lower and raise difficulty. Anybody else on? Oh, sorry, alarm's going off. Anybody else on researching new life forms?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a way to, one, recognize them when they're trying to hide among us, and ways to essentially, should they run into Starfleet again, give them a procedure for how to ask for help and inform whatever officers they run into of what to expect with them on the ship. I don't want what happened to the Kelly to ever happen to another Starfleet ship.
That's a great idea. Actually, I'll just move that over into a 4th little task then. Like diplomacy and procedures. Okay, that's good. That's not spelled correctly, but that's okay. And finally, I think that's everybody except for Talira, who's...
I'll
here it
take
is.
point on the quantum genetic particle generator.
Yeah, the quantum genetic particle generator. Okay, let's do this in order then. Oh, and I'll give the diplomacy thing. This is going to be difficulty 2. This one is going to be the hardest.
Great.
It's going to be difficulty 4. Their energies are high. Any kind of advantages you can get up to this. So, for example, the research with the life forms might generate kind of bonuses that you can get from that.
Okay.
And but that's going to be the very last one that we do. Siltek and Johnson, Bill Johnson, Johnson.
Yeah.
Describe. We're almost done here, but describe how you are setting up this cargo bay.
I do what Bill Johnson says. That's how I'm doing it.
I think I'm directing the other security folks and pointing at Siltek as the prime example of what's done right. And being like, do this and do this and do it as Siltek is doing over there.
My little Cardassian heart grew 2 sizes.
You've got the they're also bringing in like there's like energy shielding, but there's also like physical shielding, basically like just lead, like lining the walls with
Exactly.
lead and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Because you know, an energy field, you've already seen them kind of flicker those and stuff like that.
Right.
And so it's a lot of heavy lifting, but it's also a lot of like technical knowledge of like how do you properly shield something from radiation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you can roll whatever you like there.
Do you want me to?
Let's go with
I can-
Johnson leading, and then
Yeah.
Siltek, you can roll one to help.
Can I assist physically then? If he's in charge of the technical stuff and I'm just lifting stuff into place, will that work?
That works for me.
All right, so I'm gonna roll fitness plus security.
And I think
Okay.
mine would be like control because I'm directing, right? As well as I guess either command or science. Whatever, you know.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 13 from me, so you got 1 success.
Okay. Just want to make sure. I want to make sure I don't have any talents that help me out here, just to be certain. Nah. Okay.
Are you guys all gonna be okay if we go 10 minutes overtime here? Yeah,
Good for
Just
me.
checking.
And we got successes over here.
Nice.
Nice. That will generate 1 more momentum that you actually don't have room for because the maximum is 6. If you want to spend this on something, you can. Like you can spend this one and one other to create a trait, for example, that might help somebody else down the line. So if there's something about setting up the cargo bay that you think can help one of the other people, then you can say what that is.
You know what? Maybe we use it making sure that there are some nice chairs in there, so they're not just standing. They got a place to sit.
Don't want to expend extra energy.
Yeah. Let them, relax a bit. Exactly.
Okay. It's gonna cost you 2 momentum, and you can create a trait that's something like just comfortable.
Chairs.
Some nice lead chairs.
Yeah.
Yep, I can see that. These are all too big.
Part of their energy usage is probably them like fighting and surviving.
Right.
This is like probably the first time in a long time they got to just be comfortable.
Yeah. Trait cucumber eye mask. Let them relax a bit.
Treat yourself.
Cool. So that's available for anybody who thinks they can use it.
Want to behave more efficiently.
Nice.
Anyone
so this
can
place is
use a
all
chair.
shielded up and ready to be used. It's a comfortable space, but it's also a safe place for the ship.
Yeah.
Up next, we have researching new life forms. So they are more or less being cooperative with Melieza. It is a little bit weird because they still look like your crewmates, and they anytime you ask them of like, can you change back into somebody else? They're like, no, like this is my new skin. But yeah, if you want to kind of figure out what their energy forms are or energy needs are, then it's going to be a difficulty 2. And
Is this what kind of
that's that.
role do you want? Like reason, insight?
Depends on how you want to do it.
It's not really a medicine role. It's more like a science role. And I feel like it's a reason and science role to figure out where they fit within like the xenobiology and research.
Sure,
So-
kind of like relating them to something else that you think might be similar.
Yeah, something else that might be similar.
Sure.
So, but I will do that roll now. See what I get. Oh, oh my god.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Where is that?
They appear to
Let's
be
see.
Bajorans, Captain.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend that 20 on a little. It's only a small. I'm just going to bank the threat for now and see if I can. If I didn't have
Says
the
when-
threat, I would have given me something nasty. But
So it's like, I don't think this works. This is not me failing a science task. It is I got one success and one failure, but the 20 I think counts as a full failure.
So the 20 basically gives me a threat. I think that with the failure, I guess I should define what happens when you fail before you roll. But I think like the thing is that you just don't know what the energy requirements are, and it's going to be a ballpark. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to increase the difficulty of the next one up to 5. And I'll spend my other
get a momentum.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go. So without knowing the specific energy requirements, it's just going to make the next step like harder because you just have to take a guess. Let's do. I want to do the quantum genetic particle generator last because it's the big one. But perhaps Veluth, you can give them those procedures and kind of help them, teach them how to talk to the Federation.
There's one last thing I want to add to that, if I could.
Sure.
Because all of this is for naught if we don't find a suitable planet to drop them off on. As part of my diplomacy, I find them a place to go?
Good point.
Sure.
I'm okay with you raising the difficulty. Like that makes sense.
No. So I think like there's I don't know why alarm's going off right now. As you do this, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can either, this is the primary way that you convince them, and you say, look, I found this planet and you're going to be safe here, and that's your opener basically. Or that's a secondary thing, in which case you can just spend the 2 you can just spend 2 momentum to make it a trait, and then you move on.
There is a trait I would like to make.
Okay.
Because we're all working with the same goal of making these folks comfortable so that they can enjoy the ride, not hurt us long enough to get them off, I'd like to create the trait team synergy, because what you do is helping me, what I do is helping you. It's like passing the baton.
Sure.
And it looks like we made that trait right on time. Get it because of the alarm. All right, I'm sorry. I'll see myself out.
That's my wake-up alarm. No. That's okay, team synergy. That works. Okay, in that case, why don't you make a roll based on like finding a good planet for them at difficulty 2.
Gotcha. All right, let's clear it up. Reasoning command.
I can see reason, maybe even science, if it's primarily about finding that right planet for them.
It's
that's gonna be a toughie. All right, we'll do science. I'm not a smart boy. Here we go. After rolling the 13. I'm gonna buy a D20 with momentum if that's okay.
That is quite okay.
Yeah, let's have one more just in case, you know. Fuck! Good news, however.
Yep. You succeeded.
One of them is a crit.
Nice. So you've got 1, 2, 3 successes there.
4 successes.
4 successes.
Oh, no, you're right. 3.
3 successes.
3. I got the threat. That does it. So you find a planet that's basically kind of going through some logs. You find one that's basically just like a lightning planet. I don't know. There's planets for all kinds of things. Sure. It's almost like a gas giant.
Yeah.
Or almost like even like Venus, where it has like this super thick atmosphere, and it's just like constant lightning storms.
Lots of lightning, no people, right?
Lots of lightning,
Ion.
no people.
Good.
Yeah. The planet is called Ion.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, absolutely. And so they have a thing, which brings us to the quantum genetic particle generator. I want to say both of these traits can help you here.
Can I assist?
Okay. Yeah.
I divided people by thing. If you wanted to assist, you could.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Use some momentum.
I would love to use some momentum.
Yes, use all the
Buy
momentum.
some D20s.
There you go.
the two traits that the rest of your team kind of generated here are lowering the difficulty from 5 down to 3.
What's the maximum number of d20s I can roll?
So you can, it says right here, so you can buy a first, which costs 1.
Right.
The second one costs an additional 2.
Right.
And the third one costs an additional 3. So you can spend all
Use
6
them.
of those and roll
Use
an
them.
additional
All of them?
3
Yep.
d20s.
Use all 6.
I'll use all of them.
Hell yeah.
Can the ship assist as well by chance?
I forgot about the ship.
Nice.
It sure can.
Nice. So that gives Sedona 4 extra dice. Yeah.
It gives her an additional. Well, it gives her 3 extra dice on her roll.
And the computer.
And
then the
then the
rolls
computer
itself,
is going
right.
to roll its
I'm
own
rolling
thing.
5
Probably
d20s.
science and
Nice.
So many d20s.
So many for this game.
Department engineering, but which attribute should I?
I mean, sounds like a sciencey thing to me, or engineering. Both of those are fine. And
Looks like the ship
Yeah.
helped.
Reason, probably.
the ship should not have rolled
Reason
2
makes
dice. One second.
sense to me.
The ship should.
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay.
The ship should.
Because the ship is helping.
Yeah, but both dice succeeded, even though it shouldn't have rolled 2. So that still sounds.
Oh,
like
I
a
didn't
success.
even pay. Okay, I'll give
That's
it to
so
you. Six
many
ship
D20.
give you a 1.
Okay, here
Yeah.
I go.
What we got? Oh, I see a 20.
1, 2. Wait, is that for a crit by
1,
chance?
3.
Do you have a focus that applies?
My focus. Oh, there's traffic. My focus is.
Nope. Maybe that's okay.
The closest one might be reverse engineering,
Nah.
but yeah.
That's okay. You got lots here. You need another 2 successes. The ship gave you 1 against 3, and then you've got the 4, you've got the 14, you've got the 13, you've got the another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Damn.
Plus the ship's 6 successes in total.
God
Oh,
damn.
yes.
That better fucking do it. If it doesn't, we are screwed.
Creating. Yeah. And do you want to describe what it looks like? Or anybody, if anybody wants to jump in and describes what this thing looks like? It's just got the big ball, right? It's got the little lightning things coming out of
You know
it.
the
Yes.
outdoor heater? How it's like a long tube?
Yeah.
I imagine that, but then like it's arcing electricity off of it into the cargo bay.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's
They
got
can
the
literally-
chairs kind of just around it. It's like a campfire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe
put a
the
Tesla
chairs
ball.
Yeah.
draw the arcs to them
Someone
so that
get
them
when
some
they
s'mores.
sit down, they
Yeah. Yeah, they just like sit down, they recharge for a bit.
Yeah.
They're like,
Put the feet up, relax. There you go. Don't spend an ounce of energy you don't need to.
Awesome. And this thing will last for quite a while. You've got some dilithium crystals in there to use,
Got some
and
paperwork to fill out after this.
it'll last you until you can find another solution for a while. It's going to last like a couple months or whatever, and that's enough time for like another science team to get on board.
Plus, to get them to the planet,
Plus, take them to the
it
planet.
can't take that much time to get them there.
No, that's enough for now.
Commander,
Yeah.
should we set
The-
in a location?
I've put in coordinates.
Yes, sir. Deep, 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 deep.
Captain
of
on your
course.
mark.
Oh, what is the captain's ready go word? What is
Yes.
Captain Odria's ready go
Oh.
word?
It's not really my character. I don't want to necessarily define this one for
It's
you.
too late. You've
but...
already done it.
You got to do it.
Oh, this is so much pressure.
It is.
Your first idea is the
Captain
best
on
one.
your mark.
On your mark, get set, go. No way.
On your mark is actually not too bad.
On your mark is good though. You're right. It is
Just
good.
like she just says on your mark,
On your
and then whoever's at the
I
helm
fucking like that.
goes when yeah I like that too.
Yeah.
Uh,
So good.
That's great.
That's so good.
And the ship blasts out. Okay, so it does the thing. The camera kind of shows the ship from the outside. It jumps into the warp speed, and then the credits start kind of scrolling out.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, after credit scenes, the this kind of new alien life form kind of finds a planet where they can be kind of safely studied. It causes kind of like a whole thing where they tend to just kind of like naturally copy the DNA of people around them. And so as people kind of come and go, they just kind of slowly kind of morph in those people, which is a weird thing for the Federation to work with.
Sure.
But eventually they're kind of figured out how to like kind of give them a sustainable resource. Okay, give them a sustainable like energy source, and slowly over time they can integrate into Federation society.
Awesome.
Wow.
So cool.
Awesome. We did good here.
Yeah, I know, right?
We did. We did a good
Yep.
thing here.
Yeah.
And I guess
so I
we
guess
go back
that's
and
that.
tow the old ship back, right? We can't just leave
Yeah,
it.
just grab it,
Yeah.
kind of tow it back to a museum.
Tractor it.
This ship belongs in a museum.
You ruin all of those ghost stories that people have.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And put them to rest is what we do.
We put them to rest. Yes, we do.
Yeah. And I guess that's that.
Outstanding.
I've kind of just remembered that we're live streaming this, so
Yeah.
viewers, thank you for watching.
Can you jump us back into
Thank
the
you.
6-up if you don't mind?
Yeah, let's jump back into the video.
Awesome.
This one. Yeah, we can see each other clearly now.
Alex, that was fantastic.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I wish I had a spiel for ending this, but Aram, why don't you take it from here?
I've got one. Playing games is one of my favorite things. Doing it with such incredible friends makes it that much better. You all were brilliant. Thank you so much for spending time with us and with Dead Ghosts and helping us fund our network. Thank you so much to the listeners who watched. Thank you so much for being here for the premiere of Mars Colony. Look for that podcast to be coming out this week, and we've got episodes up on Patreon as well. Other than that, live long and prosper. Thank you all. We'll see you next time. I'm going to take us out.
Bye.
On your mark.
Bye.